All right, let's go.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I don't know some boy we just came here presenting First Sports TV. And tonight we have a banging show. Yeah, classic. We got David, Nick, Greg, and a couple others will be joining shortly. Gentlemen, what's going on? What are you doing?
Doing some good stuff.
Manners for life. What else could it be?
Greg, I gonna post a link in the group or I'm gonna deal with it.
Alright, made it.
Alright. Yes, so we not hold no breaks tonight, you know. Zin, we are gonna get to the means of the matter. I run through the games and we are gonna do a little bit analysis of the season. Well, pretty much the season is halfway, so we are gonna summarize that and contextualize everything and all of that. So, without further ado, we're gonna start with the games play this past weekend. Starting with that was a banger. Watford and Spurs. Spurs got lucky if you ask me.
Yeah.
Speaking from a footballing point of view or an Arsenal fan point of view?
Bro, you saw what time the goal scored?
Just a question, bro. So you got answer you're speaking
No,
from a
that's
footballing.
not from an Arsenal person speaking from an Arsenal point of view, but
Who's background that? David, you watching Monday Night Football?
I am. I'm mellow down.
Turn on your volume, please, sir.
I will play. I the way I can play.
I appreciate
No.
it.
All right, let's go.
Um,
Yeah, but Greg, you watch the game?
Which one? The Spurs game?
Yeah,
Yeah, I was disappointed. No,
I got it.
but because Tottenham, yeah, win one of them game in hand, you know. But all right, for one, Watford, halftime that changed me. With Joe Pereira come on.
What that? Yeah, sure.
I
Go on
thought
that. Go on that. Yeah.
I thought Pereira was a good sub coming on, but it shouldn't have been Dennis coming off the field. I would have loved to see him and Dennis running at that Tottenham defense, you know, because Dennis was the one giving Tottenham trouble in the first half, and then him pull Dennis and put on Pereira, which who was on the next wing? I don't remember his name. Can't pronounce it
Didn't
right.
Dennis got a knock or something?
No, he said the coach said it was tactical.
Really?
Yeah, Ranieri said it was a tactical sub, which I'm not see what the tactics there was. Unless sometimes, all right, like back in the day when Wenger, sometimes he never used to line up both Perez and Youngberg, depends on the opponent. He
Mm-hmm.
would have Ray Parlour on one wing, and then what would happen is Ray Parlour would help out defensively, like tucking in the middle or whatever. Unless that was the reason why he took Dennis off the field and didn't have both attacking wingers out there at the same time, because the other guy wasn't giving anything attacking wise. But yeah, I thought if he had played Dennis and Pereira together, they could have gotten something from that game.
Anything you wanna add, Nick or David?
Actually, I probably watched like 15 minutes of the Tottenham Watford game, and there was no there was no high point in the game, no excitement. It was just it just never grabbed my attention. So I just never sit down and watch it because it wasn't doing it for me. Just like how the match I played today wasn't doing it for me, but I still took it in
Ouch.
because yeah, you know.
Ouch.
Yeah,
Um,
well,
quick.
yeah,
All right, go ahead. Go ahead, David. Go ahead.
yeah. So I did look at the game, and to me it was, even though Tottenham had more chances, which we all had expected, because Watford is really not a good defensive team. Um, but I was surprised that they were able to pretty much keep Tottenham at bay. Um, Now, the goal that they conceded at the last minute in extra time really was if you're a Watford supporter, those kind of late goals really hurt, especially in a game where there was no goals, and it looked like they was going to be able to get a point from that game. I really wasn't that impressed that much with Tottenham attack. Um, so I got to give credit to Watford. They really play a good defensive game. I was surprised the Dennis sub in the first half. I mean, we are talking about, I believe, the second goal scorer to this point in the Premier League. I'm certain he is. He's
No,
been having
it's
an
about third.
exceptional season. I'm
No,
sorry?
no, he's lower than that.
Oh, okay, well, okay.
Yeah, but he's still up there, but fourth,
He's fourth.
tied
Okay.
tied for fourth, basically.
Tied for fourth. Okay. No,
But
he's having an exceptional
still,
season, and and I know we're not in the other topic yet, the big signing for the season. So I reserve my comment where that is concerned. But what wasn't an exciting game? I can't say it was an exciting game. Quite frankly, you know, it didn't do much for me. I really was hoping Tottenham lose for the simple fact that with all the games they have in hand and Conte have been their new coach right now, we know he's a quality coach and he could be turn this team around. So yeah, that's it for me where that game is concerned.
all right, one more thing to add. I don't want to say, you, David, you said Tottenham never produced much attacking wise, but it was Watford away. Yeah, Watford is not a big side, but Watford started the game on the front foot, and
They did.
I don't know if they just didn't give them any time, give Tottenham the time to settle. But what you gotta appreciate about Tottenham too is since Kante come in, he has solidified that team defensively.
He
They
has,
don't
yes.
leak goals like they used to.
I was just about to
So
get
that
to that.
I think they go into games now with that is their first priority. Preventing the opponent from scoring, and then we take it from there. Like typical Italian or old style Italian coaches. I
Right.
think that's what they go into games doing, and then I mean they nicked it at the end. I mean the players that they have out there, Son, Kane, Lucas, Dele Alli. Sometimes I mean those players can pop up with a goal from out of nothing. So if he continues playing like that, like you said, there could be a problem. There could be a problem for top four places. So and another thing, what there was one critical point in the game that I was really disappointed with the referee when Pereira beat I think like four Tottenham players, and the last one was tugging him back, but he still beat him and was lining up for the shot, and the ref blow and call it back for a free kick. No, he got fouled. Like everyone who tackled him fouled him in that play. Everyone who tackled him fouled him, but he stayed on his feet and right at the edge of the box, with the man a line up for get off the shot. That's when the ref called it back. That's even all the Watford players were livid. Everybody stood and asked the ref why him blow because the man a line up to take the shot. But that was one play in the game where really stand out as far as attacking wise. But other than that, yeah, Watford had a few half chances, but nothing really spectacular. You know, I mean, 8 minutes span that game is more than enough.
Right. Yes.
But I can ask a question, but fair point.
What else? Something else
Did
about it?
Mora start?
Did Morris start? No, I don't think they
No, he
started.
did not.
Yeah, he
Okay.
started.
He started.
No,
Okay.
Morris start. But
No, he did. He did. Yeah, he did.
yeah, but
He,
Delhi Island boy came on. I don't remember.
Cause
Island
the
boy,
reason why
yes.
I ask that is me not watch the game. The game that they drew, um they didn't start him. And when they beat, who did they beat? Was it Newcastle? I don't remember. But the
I would
game
say
before that,
that's probably down to
they beat
rest.
and he start Moore and Moore was the best player on the field, and then him turn around and bench him, and then them draw and drop points. So that's why I'm
Would
asked.
would you say bench him or him rest him? Because they play what that they end up playing 3 games in I think it was less than 7 days, probably about 6 games in,
And
in that.
well, I mean, I know. Me look upon it as bench. Me not see. Me wouldn't say rest, but leave that for next time. Anyways, that's enough on Spurs. Like somebody won't forget fired. Everton lost to Brighton. Brighton back to winning ways.
More gameplay Saturday, no?
Yeah, me know, but I kind of
Palace,
see.
Palace and West Ham game. Oh, you want to leave that fee? Save them for
Yeah.
So I think the Everton game is a smaller game to the wow.
Yeah, that's one of them games that seen like 5 or 10 minutes, and I'm like,
All right, 3 minutes. Everton Brighton. I don't have much to say. I mean, Demari Gray. I was disappointed he did not get a goal because out of the whole of the Everton players, well, the kid who scored 2 played good too, but Demari Gray was their main attacking threat throughout the whole game. You know, even Calvert Lewin, I didn't even the only time I seen Panny Fila when he mattered the penalty, basically. You know, he was
They miss
fast.
him though.
Eh?
They miss him while he was gone.
I mean, they miss Richarlison more, if you ask me. I think Richarlison bring more to that team more than he does. But Brighton, are you surprised by Brighton's performance? No, I mean I'm more surprised Brighton
I'm
let
not,
them
Brighton
score.
had a good start.
No, Brighton been
What?
good for-
Hold on there. Let me bring on that youth. Well forward to the left, JR.
Who's that guy? I haven't seen him in a while. Man, I go see
What are we talking about Brighton still? Thoughts on Tariq Lamptey?
Nothing new, same thing as well. You know, I mean, defensively, he's not the most solid. You know, as a matter of fact, I would change this position to a winger.
I couldn't agree more.
I wouldn't continue play him as a right back.
That's a
You
good
know,
thought.
with his attacking prowess, I would convert him to a winger. Or unless you go play a 4-4-2 and have him as a right midfielder, but right back is not for him. Yes, he has a recovery speed, but if that's the case, he can help out on his wing defending. But I would convert him to a right winger. About time a coach look at that and decide he's not a right back. You know, you're wasting his talent asking him to defend instead of attacking.
So why
But
can't
yeah,
be like,
huh?
why can't be like Trent? If he does add a little bit more defensive coaching, can be just like Trent. You have to just know if you utilize him in the right system, you know.
but Trent
Brother,
can't.
Defense better than Trent.
Trent can't defend.
That's
Trent
what
can-
I said, but he work for Liverpool. That's what I said. In the right system, I can do it, none. But
Yeah, but Trent always get caught out of position.
you have to remember, say,
And something what Trent have on time to as a fullback, you can't that small. I mean, unless you are Philip Lamar, and him way shorter than the man. You know,
that's
I
a
mean,
good point.
he's a defensive liability. He can't defend crosses, like none of them stuff. Him not go. He's more of a defensive liability.
Yeah. If in any side I'm playing, you have to have a very good centre back partnership. We can and yes, both your centre back have to have a lot of pace too. We can cover for him defensive liability. And many things right now when they that's
No, his recovery
He's not
speed.
slow. He's quick.
Recovery speed.
I talk about when him get caught out of position, you need a centre back who can cover for him. Because sometimes if he can't recover all the time, he get caught out of position all the time. You know what I'm saying? So if you are a player, a right back like that, you need somebody who can cover for him. That's why Trent, even though I play for Liverpool and Trent and I best defensively, you have Van Dijk and them, we know, so we have decent recovery speed and read the game good. So it cover up for Trent, even though them get caught lacking sometimes, but for majority of the time, them still have a very good defensive record. You understand what I'm saying? Because Van Dijk cover a lot for Trent defensive liability and something.
Right.
Jer,
Van Dijk-
while you're at it, write down your team for the first
Oh yeah.
game.
The team what?
You're 11 for the first 18 games.
Manager.
Not this past weekend games, and the first.
And
18.
not 11 Man U players.
No man, coach of the year only gonna
No man
Solskjaer.
you play can make 18.
So you say
And
manager
If
for the year
what
so far?
I know? Signing at the
it's a
season
man
so
you
far.
play,
Signing manager, team. What else?
best player,
Best player.
best young player.
And it can't be
Hold on, let me
Pogba,
check
because
this.
Pogba out injured.
All right, so you say all right, but we get me
We're not
guess
thinking that
All right,
bias.
go and deal with it. Go and deal with it. We're gonna move on.
Buju,
We're not thinking that bias.
Huh?
text me all that something I need.
All right.
I'm gonna send it. I'm gonna send it, Jared.
The other game, Palace, West Ham, Cracker.
So nothing more about the Brighton Everton.
Oh, me
All
never
right,
know if
move.
you have nothing else to add, bro.
But you
Alright,
want to
move
get to the
on.
real match?
Yeah, I just Lamty. You know, I just Bissouma. Like, what do you think about Bissouma? Like,
Oh. Arsenal should have
Me
signed
not
him
get-
at that too.
I don't get why he's still at Brighton.
Me not get why
Man
your
U-
manager not go sign
And
him.
you could use him. Arsenal could use him. Liverpool could use him. All
Bro,
three of those teams.
The man can walk in
Bissouma
at
would make-
any team in the Premier League.
Bissouma
Right
make
now.
any of those three teams midfield better right now.
Bro, any team in the Premier League right now.
No, not City and
Any
well,
team.
Any
Chelsea
team.
already have Kante. They don't really need a Bissouma.
Yeah,
Bro,
but we
all
need
is
to replace
Kante,
him.
bro. All is Kante.
Liverpool since they lose Genie, they need back a person like Genie. We're gonna give the work rate of Genie. Yeah, Henderson is
What-
good,
what
but
we did-
Sindon use Milner most times in there too.
Nah,
You know,
yeah.
so Bissouma would walk into Liverpool, Man U, and Arsenal right now.
Agreed.
Like we are trying.
What do you think? You think he would have a chance at it?
Anything Chelsea are trying to get a player like Calvin Phillips or Declan Rice. Like those would be the perfect fit.
Declan
That's what
Rice,
Arsenal to do as a big club. Just go buy them player there.
would I rather Declan more than Bissouma? Not to lie, but because injury, honestly, not necessarily because I feel that Declan is way better than Bissouma, to tell you the truth. But more things say one of the biggest things you can have in a football nowadays is availability. One of the best assets you can have, and Declan Rice is a player where they all year round really get injured like that. Bissouma have had him fair share injury problems. So if you buy a player for that much money and then something, brother, you need a player who can play and deliver every week in, week out. And then the leadership capability of Declan Rice is a young brother who will lead West Ham. I'm a West Ham leader. He's very impressive for a youth as young as him. And I think that's the one I probably have with United right now, where we don't have the leaders on the pitch, even no matter how old them is, you know. So, no man, Declan, Bissouma, but Declan for sure.
I don't think anybody can argue that. Rice has been outstanding.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
he has been outstanding both domestically and when they played
Internationally.
been good.
And not to play down Calvin Phillips because we see how important
Calvin Phillips is a baller.
him is to Leeds when he was missing.
And
You know?
England too. You see the main role in playing at England in a Euros too.
Calvin Phillips a baller.
That's because of the coach of England have, but because him and Declan Rice no need to play at the same time with the quality of player England have. But that's
Who do you drop though?
The Calvin Phillips, man. You can't drop Declan, so you have to drop Calvin.
But why would you drop Calvin Phillips? Them work together so good in the midfield.
Man, England for the quality of talent with England have, especially upon the offensive side, and play way too defensive of football. Then they
No,
need
the problem
Bro, we
is
see England try to play expansive football and
Jared, the problem is
bro.
me I say
when
make
they Jared they can play them in, but you just need to play a proper 10 with them. Play either Madison or Foden as a 10 or Grealish. You know, play either. You play both of them and play Mount with them. Mount is not a 10.
Yeah, Madison, bro.
Play for them or anything, but not
Yeah,
Greenish.
Madison, bro. Not Grealish.
Brother, England only need to play with one defensive
You don't know
midfielder.
Grealish is a 10 though.
We know, but Grealish is not up to standard.
Yeah, that man is easy, brother.
I'm
Grealish is
glad that guy from the comment section, man. But yeah, like I said, Nick, play both of them and play Foden or Madison as a 10.
for them
Not,
is a way baller than Greenish. There's no way Greenish supposed to be even in the England starting lineup.
Wow.
Where's Shane there?
Where's Shane when you need him?
Where's Shane there? Hurry
Well,
up.
I don't think we felt that way when he was at Villa.
No, you got,
I mean, now that he's at City and he's among world-class players and he's taking a little time to.
you're going too far. There's some G saying. Me understand what you say. The two of them are good player, but you don't make it look like them far apart like that.
David, I wouldn't say it's because he's amongst world-class players at City. I would say it's because City play a different kind of ball game. With Grealish, the ball sticks to Grealish. The ball sticks to Grealish's feet. Grealish is the one that makes stuff happen. At City, the ball not stick. Not even De Bruyne foot. The ball not stick at. The ball keep moving.
You see if United would have a player like Jack Grealish right now, would have been in a way better position. No, I'm telling you that. Because that's what I probably have right now. Bruno is a good midfielder and all them, but they don't have the capability to take the ball and say, yo, make we take the ball and be a couple.
I'm gonna create.
Yes, so say that's the problem. You know, Bruno have to be across or do some try some extravagant things and it works sometimes. But you don't have a ball, we take the ball and stick it and beat two man and do something crazy.
Push ball right.
Good point.
Anyway,
JR, you see, JR,
Brentford bounce back.
all right. You see, with City and Grealish, you see, Jamaica. Well, I don't know if everybody said this, but I know it's a common term in Jamaica when the man them say, "Yo, make the ball do the work." City is a team like that.
Yep.
Grealish, him want the ball to create. You see me? Versus in a City team where it's possession and movement.
But you know, Bojo, you have to remember, you know, and me know say this happen by the way. Me understand say I'm struggling and God already before it actually happened because you go from a team where you are the focal point the whole time and the ball come to you every time you get it. Every time you get up and break the ball, go to Jack Grealish. Everything through Villa go through Jack Grealish. Now you go outside where you have to play total football. Yes, me I say, and that alone is an adjustment for any type of footballer because it won't be the first type of footballer we see make that move here and with a move like this and a struggle. Because now you can't only talk about saying in a Pep system, you can't only talk about you just wait and stand up for the ball up on the left wing like I'm gonna do a Villa and then pick it up on the left wing and do what you want to do. It doesn't work like that, I say. You have to work differently. You have to play two
Messi.
Huh?
Like him a Messi or something. Like
no, when we do a Villa,
but it's just like as I said, like Jack Grealish is only gonna look good in like average team. Like not anything above average. He's just not gonna look like the player. He's not gonna look like a top player. If he's on a team where it's like a Newcastle or Norwich, a Crystal Palace,
Road. Norwich, bro.
Yo. Man,
like literally, if he's on that team, he's gonna look superb. He's gonna look like the best player. But if he's not on one of those teams, he's not gonna make the fit.
He don't need to go that far, man. Honestly,
if he was a regular starter in a top 5 or top 6 team, I promise you, Jack Grealish would still look like a below average.
But I say that because guess what? West Ham, I feel similar to greater West Ham because watch how Jesse Lingard got on there last year and them just make him play free flowing football and doing one down there.
But Jesse Lingard is a baller. Jesse Lingard proved himself at Man United.
Well, man, time out, man. you think Jesse better than Jack?
Of course.
No, brother.
Please.
No, he's not.
Can we move on to other games, please?
Yes.
We could have that discussion.
Where's she in there?
We could have that discussion. In all fairness,
hold on.
you have a point. You hear me say what is Jesse is a baller. You hear me say the other day Jesse is a baller.
He means a baller, but he's not better than Jack Grealish. That's the foolishness.
Well, I wouldn't know that from. But you know, funny enough.
Just the player we talk about.
Well, you know, say Jesse score more than Jack Grealish.
Yeah, but because the difference is that in time Jesse don't West Ham, nobody now take him up and knows I'm a danger player for the whole game. He's in time Jack there standing in the mind. As long as everybody knows you play stand for you mark out Jack out of the game, the whole game over with. So every man that kick him down every time, get the ball, everything. Jesse never got through something yet.
No, I ain't got that alone, man. Jesse is just a better finisher, man. Overall, Jesse is a better finisher.
LB Sunflower.
Let me ask you something.
Never say Jack
Nick, I'll put the phone by vibrate.
Vibrate.
Let me ask you something.
Yeah, give me 1 second. I'm gonna step away. Real quick. Give me 1 second.
Apart from dribbling, what special talent Jack Grealish have? Is he a great passer?
No,
Is he a great goal scorer?
when I say average goal scorer.
Okay. Maurice McKees, I could move on to the other games and
Well,
please.
well, let me just say this about Jack.
Me have a lot to say, but me just move on. Make David go, and then we move.
You know, Jack has been the most foul player in the Premier League when he was at Villa, and he's still been fouled a lot since he's been at City. So his ability to control the ball and force defenders to foul him, he's the best at that. And I'm sorry, at some point that put pressure on the opposing team in terms of getting yellow card. So that is one of his strengths, ball possession. Even
No,
though I know it's a different system that he's playing right now with City, where the ball keep on moving compared to the style he was playing when he was at Villa. So
And him slowly
that's
get
one of his strengths.
And him slowly get better, David. Just to finalize, so we can move on. But honestly, I know say I'm the best finisher and everything. But whenever you have a player which can literally take a side from literally down the championship and bring them up and make them even look relatively competitive and the best player and can lead that side to where they miss, it's always a very impressive feat. You understand what I say? Because a lot of people right now cannot do that. As much as we have a lot of big players now, a lot of them couldn't do it. And Jack actually did it. Is amazing. So you have to give him respect, because until you watch Aston Villa play last year, brother, without Jack Grealish, then look 10 times worse.
But
You know,
nobody not discredit Jack. That's not what we're doing.
What we have to say basically, JR, is Jack a big fish in a small pond. You talk about tech team and bring them up. Emiliano Buendia did way more than what Jack did last season with Norwich.
Yeah, but again, you know, everybody
I'm bringing Norwich come back up. So
yeah, but everybody have a little different situation, you know. But as I say, me not
big
like
fish, small pond.
that's the one ball out when me you don't say me really want Father United. Me not lie.
Oh, me didn't want him at Arsenal too, but right now we see me we're playing. Me not 100%.
Well, let me just say this last thing on Jack. I mean, could we give him some more time to
Adapt.
blend into City
Exactly.
style of football? I mean, sometimes when you go to
100 million,
cheap-
David. Nah. Me see
Well,
the
see,
man
that was the point. That was the point.
Listen, David, the verdict was put out on Nicolas Pepe after 10 games. 200 million, you know, happen. No, you know, happen. You have to hit the ground running and produce right away.
And he's familiar with the Premier League.
How good was Sane? And they never forced to sign back Sane. Time just never fit them system. See, Ferran Torres was a goal scorer when he just joined them, and Barca father asked him and he just sell him. And Ferran did a produce when he joined them.
All right.
Just now, he never make it a City. I not see.
Why I say I
Probably
budget?
after Pep left and the next coach, I play a different system again.
Did we actually talk about the Palace game?
All right, no, but make with Brentford bounce backs beat Villa. One thing about Gerrard, because they lose how much in a row now? You think pressure going under pressure or not necessarily?
He might have some hard fixtures.
I think so.
He might fall back, man. Him good, man. We are beat him up this weekend, but nothing really.
Yeah, they're gonna beat Man U this weekend.
Nobody with that.
Build back them confidence.
I didn't see the Villa Brentford game, so I can't comment on that. I didn't see that game. But I must say, since Gerrard moved to Villa, he have that team is performing well. Now, yes, the fixture at Liverpool was a tough fixture. It took a last-minute penalty, Ming fouling Salah in the box, and the team been defending well.
Okay. So, all right, you know, not much pressure.
Me not see the game, but the Villa goal, classic, bro.
Oh, me not see the game either.
No, I never watched the game, but what I can say is that overall, I have watched Palace a couple of times over the last couple of weeks. And one thing we have to say is that it's not always about the result. It's really not. You know, when time watch United, we get over the last day, we have a new coach. We have gotten a couple of good results, but we never like the performance. With Villa, with Crystal Palace, until you watch them play, you can actually realize that they have a vision what they might try to put out in their head and the work ethic that year. And they have a couple hard fixtures back to back recently, and them lose a couple games, rightfully so, because again, them are still Crystal Palace. But what we can say from Gerard Fordin, the style of play has gotten better. The work
No,
ethic.
yeah, I make a mistake. Gerard down the Palace. Vieira that Palace.
No, Crystal, no, my bad, man. Villa Miata.
Okay.
My bad.
Oh, you can say the same about Crystal Palace too. though.
Yeah. But that's why
No,
because
I mix that. Villa Miata, but man. But what may I say is that overall, though, and it's pretty much the same thing. Like literally, you can tell that there's a vision, and the team is buying into the philosophy, and the quality of play is there. But because compared to like them watch my team, I'm not happy with the quality of play. And personally, I think that sometimes as a fan, me anytime I can see the vision and see that the players them buy in and you try something, even if it don't work, at least I can live with that. Right now, I feel like even my team, I feel like say we are try. There's no style of play. There's no. I don't feel like the players are buying and things like that. So with Villa, absolutely 100% buying, and I feel like they might have an upturn of form, even though they have some bad results recently. You know, and as I said a while ago with Crystal Palace, Vieira, same thing, because two of them have actually been two of the team I'm watching the most this season, because two legends at it is one of the most exciting things right now in the Premier League. One of the most underdogs trophy Premier League so far this year. Between Vieira and Gerrard. Nobody expect them to win, but you can tell the quality of play is much better.
Before we reach the Palace game, Leeds finally pull off one. And tough opponent, kind of surprising.
That side the bad lucky, brother.
Who? Burnley or Leeds?
No, Leeds, man.
Yeah, because here what happened now, and this is always Bielsa's problem. Bielsa normally play with a large squad.
Mm-hmm.
You see me, he normally have a really large squad, and now with the injuries and COVID hit, you know, he might go to the under 23s more and more, because me see even the game against us, like I probably like about 5 reserve players started that game. You know, and then they just play City like a few days before that.
Honestly, brother, two things. Leeds' problem is pretty much two things. For one, injury. Them best player, Calvin injury a good amount of the season. You know,
Bamford did injury for a good while and come back and celebrate him, go and get injured again.
Exactly. You know, so them are dealing with
them two best players.
Yeah, them are well, Rafinha them best player, but that's a different story. But two of them best players, you say, is actually been injury plagued this season. And them don't have a large squad. And also, one of the biggest problems the Leeds have right now is that they play a very open type of football, and Bielsa need to know when time to adapt a little bit and learn some type of adaptability, how to survive in the Premier League. Because sometimes you see Bielsa lead by 2 goals, and all the man have to do just adapt slightly, brother. Get a little bit more defensive, not as open. And next thing you know, them lose by 3-2 or 4-2. And I said, dog, you know, it's the weirdest thing, but it's the most beautiful. As a football fan, it's beautiful to watch. It's beautiful to watch when you see a team just play open flowing football. But it's kind of senseless football at the same time, because in the Premier League, you can't do that unless you're a Man City where there's no say I go dominate the whole game. But you have a side like Leeds where it's more close to the lower section of the table than the top side of the table. You can't have seen by 2-0, and a lot of games see them a lead and then score, and them a lead and this, and they end up lose because they feel to adapt and play more of a structured type of football after them a lead out 2-0. So the injuries and stubbornness have been Leeds' biggest problem to me this season.
Well, Bielsa now got changed, so this stubbornness now go. But I'm surprised they were able to score 3 goals from Burnley.
But Burnley now.
Burnley's a more solid team than them.
Defensively, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, right through the team.
Leeds can show up on any day and turn over all side offensive because they miss out chance and them create a lot, you know. The man them play a very open, creative kind of football. Them create a lot. And just because they don't have the lethal striker what they need and lethal finisher what they need. So Rafinha right now, if he has scored most of them goals. But if Bamford dead and them have at least another person who's like a lethal goal scorer, believe me, dog, them not back up our team. So on a regular day, if them finish them chances, them can beat a lot of teams.
Liverpool afraid of them. They always give them a run for their money. Even when Liverpool beat them, they still make them have to work. You know, right through.
Well, I didn't see the Leeds United game, but I would say this much. You know, last season when they finally made back to the Premier League, they were very impressive, and the style of football, always attack, and they were getting results. But this season, with injuries and COVID-19, they're struggling, and they are at risk to be relegated.
They might get relegated. They might go win a couple games, man. I promise you. Yeah, you see, the thing is, you know, I'm saying that because now, when time they get back full strength, I feel like they might have enough to win. You know,
But we saw the rumors. We don't know how true it is. Rafinha to Bayern. That can be telling.
Still a rumor.
no, that no.
Yeah, like I said, we saw the rumors, but that
Yeah,
can
But
be a turning point.
listen, if they can get a 60 million for Rafinha, right?
Exactly, and reinvest it.
We can bring in 3 good players who him need in a failed
What if
certain
they
team.
not get time to reinvest that money?
Personally, I mean, I feel see why Rafinha don't go Bayern Munich, to tell the truth, but that's a different story for a different deal.
Coleman is on the downside right now, and Gnabry seems to be injury prone. So it seems like Sane is the only wing away showing. As a matter of fact, Sane may only play the 10 these days. So
I mean, I don't really feel it. Personally,
he would have a game.
and as much as I rate Rafinha, I feel as if he go Bayern, he does not go be the Rafinha anymore. You know, I feel like he might live up to the hype over here. That's just me. So, you know, sometimes the big moves sound good for a lot of players, brother, but when you go sometimes and a really best move for your career personally, because I can't tell right now, if you go over Bayern right now, as much as they say Coleman up on the downside and Gnabry, as soon as Gnabry back into the game, back fit, he must start. Yes, I mean,
Yeah,
so
Coleman contracts him up, and they don't even look them at re-sign him because he's been injury plagued for about the past 3 seasons. The thing with Bayern though, Bayern not just buy players because of their name. You know, Bayern is not like a Chelsea or a City who buy players and you barely see them. Whenever Bayern bring in somebody, they play.
Honestly, Bayern one of the smartest team because Bayern one of the team that actually feast the most off of the German league, which is not a league where you sell a lot of expensive players. Most I play them from the German league not come out for no crazy amount of money. Unless I like you talk about Dortmund is like the only team I really normally I push out a player for no $80-90 million. So them feast off a lot of teams in the year so. And the next thing where them actually do pretty well is that them very good in the free agency market. Brother, listen, Bayern in the free agency market, as soon as a man even run the contract.
They look you to them have now from Chelsea where he can play either on the wing or play the 10. Jamal Musiala. Chelsea Academy then pick him from.
I mean, I tell you, same thing. Them very good in the free agency market.
Them good at that for true.
Very
good at that. Them when I circle Arsenal when I think. I want to be young baller. That now happen.
Have you realized the quality of players that's going to be available this summer on free transfers?
Oh, I did have the list the other day. I don't know how I'm doing it.
Well, football is not very important summer for football, yeah?
It's well documented. I mean, I don't see how Real Madrid could afford both Mbappe and Haaland.
Why? Mbappe will be for free. And you pay for Haaland kind of release clause. We might can't afford both of them.
Mbappe go free.
Mbappe contract run out this summer. And Haaland have a 60 million release clause. All you have to
yeah.
Mbappe to Arsenal.
And David, they go have BL salary.
The salary is coming off the payroll. Okay.
Yeah, BL is free agent, so that 500 and some thousand a week. That can do for both Haaland and Mbappe.
Why would PSG let Mbappe go for free?
None of them make him go. He didn't sign one.
I'm sorry?
He did not sign it.
He's not signing contract. I remember saying last summer, them offer them almost $100 and something million.
Well, that's the point I'm making. That's
no,
exactly
because
the point I'm making.
PSG have all money. PSG have big money. Them don't care about that. Them more focused. Let me ask you, from a investment standpoint, them already make back most of the $100 million from just having the Messi and him and what you name down there, and Neymar down there already, because that was one of the biggest thing in football over the summer. They make back a lot of that money already automatically. Yes, I say so. Even the $100 million, believe me, the financial revenue Mbappe bring in alone cover back a good amount of that money where they miss out on.
No, but what David says why them never sell him instead of keep him.
Because when I say
one more shot at the Champions League.
Let me tell you, for PSG, brother, the only thing that matter for PSG right now is the Champions League. And if you have a chance to have
Mbappe, shot at it. That's why they never sell him.
If you have Mbappe, Messi, and Neymar, that's your best possible chance to actually win the Champions League. So the $100 million that they miss out on, the Champions League mean more to them than the $100 million. I promise you that. You know,
Yeah, but if
Yeah.
I'm PSG, I probably would find out if we could get a Real Madrid player and the young Brazil winger. What's his name?
but now them
That
not
not
gonna
Vinny,
Vinicius,
Vinny,
that not happen,
you
brother.
drunk? Away, Adrian.
Then again, you never know. You never
Johnny
know.
Walker.
Well, I know.
Nah, man.
Wait until next year. You are gonna see Vinny and Mbappe and all and down there. You're not gonna see. What I know, and you know your worst part? All them are down there, and Benzema still gonna start.
Nah.
Yo,
Time for that old boy come to Premier League, you know.
if the thing said them I just take Kareem and just throw him to his side, it not work like that. We can't tell it from now. That not gonna work like that. So
Well, it's going to be an interesting summer where transfer are concerned. It's really going to be one of the best.
Me personally don't think Mbappe and Haaland are gonna end up at Madrid.
no, I don't feel so either. I remember say I know say Pogba going to Real Madrid too. So we can put him out there too. He might end up at Real Madrid. Because that always been his dream to play for Real Madrid. And we block it the last time. So now I'm free, he might go down there. So they might have a very good team, man. They might revamp a lot through the free agency market. Because at the end, as much as we don't like admit it, majority of players actually love and dream to play for Real Madrid in the white jersey. So as much as Man United big and Premier League more interesting.
No, I'm different in the Premier League too much, but Madrid are my team down there. So. But you see Barca, you see the team with Xavi are built. I spay inside the man a bill. No, I'm not finished. I spay inside the man a bill, you know. You don't notice all the little ball of them Luis Enrique bring Euros in Spain. Xavi are trying to get a Barca right now.
If you bring Mbappe and Haaland or Real Madrid, okay, who don't want to build on this? They can build Spain.
Yeah, me understand, but I've seen Madrid have Galacticos before and Barca does have. Well, they had Dino, so I'm not gonna say just some, you know.
But
they had Dino and Sola Masia Balas, and then did it, brother. Did you see that Spain side over the summer?
But
bunch of young, most of them no-name ballers, and them trust me, the way them play. And
Greg,
go check Barca squad right now.
A nice football, yes, but guess what? At the end of the day, brother. You still a talk about for bringing in.
All they need right now is a nice killer forward. And then
Bro, JR, be realistic. Mbappe and Haaland not in a Madrid.
But even if you get
it is
Mbappe,
quite possible, Bojo. Why?
It is, but it's not gonna happen, bro.
But again, Mbappe, they're not going to because
if me and Haaland and me a big baller, Mbappe
not go for Karim.
Not go on different side, bro.
Well, yeah. As far as Haaland, I don't think Haaland want to go with Mbappe.
Mbappe want to do. So you're still end up with Mbappe and Vinny.
If Mbappe go, Haaland not go, bro.
Brother, in a one summer, them are end up with Mbappe and Pogba on that side here, and that just play them work forward for free. And
the worst Haaland not go.
They know so them are going to sign more players as well. So them are going to put up a ball because where brother name
JR, just look on it like this. You talk about the next Messi and Neymar comparison for the next 10 years. No way them are going to go on the same team, bro.
No, well, you know what I'm saying? Goretzka must also be free this summer, Tina. Yeah, I'm tell you. I already say, oh boy, that's something you're going to be.
No, then Bayern just signed
Bayern let him.
Him just signed about like 3 seasons ago, man, or 2. I don't think he's free.
Goretzka contract.
Let me ask this question now. If Mbappe is going to go to Real Madrid on a free, then what kind of wage he's going to be on? About half a million?
300,000 a week.
Probably.
What is he making right now at PSG? Isn't he making about 300?
Making like 12 million a year.
We're talking about one of the best young players in the world right now, and you're gonna go to Real Madrid on a free for 300.
David, Bale is on 550, I think.
Yeah.
But that's the point I'm making. That's exactly the point I'm making.
Support Bale for Mbappe, and that's it. That's very simple fix. You're not that big of a name. You support for. Okay, I get him for free, so you have to give him a premium. And you see, just support. If I get 350 right now, you give me extra.
I think Kroos and Madrid are free agents too. I don't see both of them going back.
Yo, brother, see it here, man. I'm gonna tell you, man. Goretzka free.
Marcelo are free agent too. Madrid I get a whole heap of money off of the books this summer.
Yo, Greg, me tell you, Goretzka free, you know.
But I think Arsenal picking up Odegaard from Real Madrid was a good buy. A good buy.
Yeah.
I think that player's gonna be a special player.
Me didn't knock it, but It'll turn out to be okay.
Yeah,
Well,
I'll give
let me
you
just ask this question. I meant to ask this question. I mean, obviously, Arsenal is going young, and so far so good. And I think if they could finish in top four with this young squad, really would be impressive. And Arteta will deserve a ton of credit. So here's the question: if they knew that was going to go young, why did they give Aubameyang? Why did they not sell Aubameyang back then?
Them give Aubameyang the contract there before this whole new revolution start. This revolution has
I
started.
remember David when Arteta came in. Arteta went out try if he bring in some senior players and do a win now. Remember, say him bringing Willian,
Right.
and him
Which was a
re-signed
bad
David
buy.
Luiz.
Which was a bad buy.
And he
Right.
re-signed David Luiz. So he wanna try to go more senior and like try to do a win now. Probably I don't know if that was supposed to attract some other players or what. And as far as the Aubameyang re-sign, I look at it as the same scenario when we re-signed Ozil. Like Aubameyang was the name there. We never really have no high-profile player other than Aubameyang. So if you're making move on, like who you ever go attract other players? I mean, we're not Man U or Chelsea or City who we can just throw money or people hear the name. I mean, yes, 10 years ago we were that team, but right now, we are rebuild. So in name alone, just tell them say Arsenal. When you have a coach like Arteta who hasn't proven himself yet. So we did need something else there at the club. And if we sell some jersey too. So they had to resign.
Well, at halfway to the season, I think the team that deserves a credit for where they are is Arsenal, if we're going to be honest.
Yeah.
And another thing to David, I don't think Aubameyang is past his best yet. I think, listen, the team is scoring goals now, but when Aubameyang was playing, and we can't blame him for this, the team never play as fluid. I mean, Odegaard used to just hold on for the ball. Now, Odegaard I look up and I make passes. You see me, Partey never they play as good. Shaka was out for a while. So Aubameyang, the ball never come to Aubameyang like how the front runners them never get the ball. You could probably say them a move more because Martinelli always a move, Saka always a move, Smith Rowe always a move. So you could probably say them a move more too. But I don't think it's down to Aubameyang alone. I think it's down to the way the team did have played then compared to how it have played now.
All right.
I don't think chances are being created for him.
You may say, hey, Bojo, if you go through the way no. The list of the things them, the question them.
Let's run through that. My phone is
Man City versus Arsenal game ready?
No, we're not even talking about West Ham and Palace.
We don't talk about the game them yet.
Okay.
Because I'm busy at chat about other things. All right, West Ham and Palace.
All right, let's go on some other topics.
You gotta do the starting 11 or what? What you gotta do here?
No, we're not do that yet, Nick.
I finish the games first.
All right, so we're going to talk about that.
Greg, the floor is yours. I'm gonna watch the game. The floor is yours. I'm gonna watch the game.
But we might as well get to the two biggest game.
Yeah, get to the big game then, guys.
So we talk about that ball game and not talk about Palace game. I don't understand no.
The West Ham game was a good game.
Yeah, Palace. Not talk about Palace and West Ham.
Yeah, I'm saying the floor is yours. Go on.
Oh, all right. Well, from the start, Palace are run the game, dog. How Palace go 3 goals behind, me still not get it. The man are running game. I mean, right till the end, Palace are running game. Palace have 60-something% possession, and they were created chances, But West Ham, typical David Moyes team, they can soak up pressure, hit up on the counter, and they have some. They're not the most skilled players up front, but fundamental forwards. Bowen, Antonio, and Benrahma, fundamental ball of them. Lanzini are probably the skillest, and oh boy, he score a beauty. That second goal. Yeah, that second goal was well taken. Not because he's an Argentine, but yeah, well taken the second goal. But yeah, I mean, Palace did show some fight and make a game of it late. But I think even though I don't remember what he was in name. Will Hughes, I think even though he had something else to them team, I think they really miss Gallagher. in this match. Actually, the last couple games, and they really missed Gallagher, you know. So, but yeah, good performance from them. Like JR said with Gerard, or him have feel like they play, they're believing in themselves, and you know, you can see like the difference. I mean, me hear all heap of fans that cost Vieira when him come in and him do a complete revamp, especially when he get rid of Andres Townsend, and Townsend started the season on fire at Everton, you know. But even when they were losing their early games, Palace that is, you could see what he was implementing and see that the players were they believe in it and they were working towards what their coach wanted them to do. I mean, the only disappointment for me in the Palace team right now is Zaha.
Zaha?
Yeah, he's supposed to be their talisman. He's supposed to be carrying that team, but Zaha is just playing like a knucklehead right now.
Zaha got
him-
attitude problem.
I mean, Bean have one, but you that thing say now with because he has a whole lot of help around him right now. The other young players around him, I help out. I mean, seasons gone by, you could say Zaha alone a carry Palace. You know, but right now he ain't even doing that no more. So you would expect him to at least continue to step up, but instead he might cost them games. So that's the only disappointment there. But yeah, it was a good game. West Ham, typical West Ham blue collar team. Palace played the ball, but like Arsenal, they lost.
Yeah, I mean, the game was a very exciting game. At the start of the game, West Ham really took it to Crystal Palace. Benrahma put a ball in the box, and Antonio just seemed like he barely touched the ball. And if he didn't even touch the ball, it looked like it was going to score. It seemed like it totally threw the keeper off because the keeper was thinking one of the defender would have intercepted the ball. Lanzini goal was spectacular. It seemed like he dribbled the ball at least about 3-4 times and then get a shot off before the ball even touched the ground. It really was impressive. Crystal Palace did make a game of it at later on in the game, and as a result of that, it made the game even more exciting because there was a good chance Crystal could have got a point from that game. But credit to West Ham. It's a good game.
All right, coach. So which game? The best game of the weekend, or we have Liverpool Chelsea first?
Liverpool Chelsea first.
No, Liverpool Chelsea should be the main event. Let's go to Arsenal and Man City. Let's go to Arsenal and Man City.
David.
You want to talk about Arsenal getting robbed?
Since you're not normal in the life, David, you know, we're going to be the honorable thing and make your game go for last. Feature match. It wasn't the best game, but we're going to make it the feature match.
Arsenal got robbed.
Arsenal actually exposed Man City, to be honest.
Somebody tell me today that Man City just tired. What do you think, Nick?
No, they really got exposed. Like, them really get exposed. Like, watching that match and see how Partey deal with them, I remember these are the best midfielders in the world. And one man actually destroyed them. And he had fun doing all of that.
It's about time.
Come on, man. Him actually walked through the Man City midfield. And as I said, I'll say it before, Man City actually don't have the best defense in the league. You understand? It's just them play press football and then press and them always attacking. You understand? And it make it difficult for anybody who's actually trying to attack or anything because them keep a high press. But overall, they got destroyed by Arsenal.
Well, so, really...
Martin Ellie did that kill them. In every way, Martin Ellie did that destroy them. Saka did that kill them. Lacazette plays such an amazing game, and you see the difference when he plays the way he plays as a Fiat 9 or a false 9. You understand? In the midfield, I don't know why Xhaka started. I still don't understand why Xhaka is in the team. I really don't understand why. But anyways, let him stay. Gabriel did such a good job up until him got that red card. You understand? I feel like Arsenal was robbed because there was a penalty that they should have gotten and they never get. I feel like Xhaka make a dumb mistake because at the end of the day, You see, what's his name? Bernardo, or what's his name from Man City?
Bernardo
Bernardo
Silva.
Silva.
You see, Bernardo, you see, say him gonna drop himself, and you still hold on for him jersey.
Amen.
You're a seasoned player in the EPL, and you actually gave away that penalty. And when him did that, that bringing the frustration from Gabriel, and then everything spiraled out of control. I felt like if Martin Elliott scored that goal, because remember the challenge on Gabriel was leading up to the counter from the goal where Martin Elliott missed. Martin Elliott scored that goal, probably Gabriel wouldn't get a red card. But Gabriel needs to learn how to control himself because, as I said, the Man City team, they got exposed for the fraud they are. Like when they really look at it, it's like,
Hold on, I'm not gonna say a lot to them because I know say this a Greg and Buju team and I'm not gonna talk as much as I want.
No, say your
No,
two piece.
No, but me gonna have a quick two piece.
Yeah.
That's it.
No,
First,
before I go, me go just say, JR. Me just want to say something quick to Nick, so Nick can continue. Because Nick didn't finish it either. You just jump in for the man conversation.
come on, Nick it done.
Nick, you know when I watch a replay today,
mm-hmm.
the referee actually in a Martinelli way.
Really?
Me post it on the group today. Martinelli have to run on the referee, go try to kick the ball with the left.
Yeah.
You never see somebody post it on Twitter and say, "Whoa, referee will play defense for City."
Yeah, the referee against Arsenal.
I was like, whoa, me not even pay attention to this. Me just say, oh, he missed the goal. But he actually had to run around the referee if he go get to the rebound. But anyway, continue.
No, but all joke aside, I agree with everything where Nick said. Me watch the game is a highway robber to me, but right now Arsenal great rob, me have no complaints on this side. You're not gonna get no complaints from me. Yeah, so but all joke aside, I understand what you said because Arsenal did look pretty good in the game. But when I like if I get start say expose Man City, I really like that word here because every side Arsenal can get up every day and maybe have a good game. Maybe we play against them, I might have a good game. But when you talk about consistency and the standard of consistency in the Premier League, Man City is it. And if you play that game again tomorrow, maybe then them don't look as dominant. You know what I'm saying? So you can't make one game make it look like say boy expose them for the fraud, which them really is, because them still to me the predominant team in the EPL. You know what I'm saying? Until you watch Man City play, brother, and dominate every single person. But overall, though, very good game, entertaining. The truth is, me kind of really hope for Arsenal win because, being an actual Man United fan where I really was kind of hoping that Man City lose some points, maybe get a little bit closer, never know. But Arsenal does disappoint me as usual. But no, I feel like Arsenal fan for one time in my life. That's pure disappointment, boy. But overall, though, very good game. I agree with everything when Nick said. I don't really have nothing real different to me need to add. But overall, very good game. I feel like Arsenal did get robbed, by the way. I agree with that 100%. Is that joke thing, brother, how that game they actually finished? Because the VAR, again, is under a lot of scrutiny again.
Yeah, because there is no way you never give the penalty the first half of the game. Why? And then you're
Not only they never give it. VAR asked the ref to come review the Bernardo Silva incident, but didn't ask him to review the Odegaard.
Joke thing. Joke thing.
Ask them to review them. This clear, obvious error. This not make no sense to me.
Exactly. Joke thing.
I really feel like that ref should be investigated because, as I said, like watching that. No, for real, like watching that game.
He was banned from the Premier League before.
About 4 years ago.
See?
Yeah. He was banned from the Premier League before. Because of shady referee.
Because as I said, when I watch that game, and if I should get somebody, if me have to pick man of the match, it's like a bit between Partey, Saka,
and the ref.
Martin Ellie.
And the ref. Oh, yeah.
Tamiyasu shut down Sterling, no, brother.
Oh, Tamiyasu. But besides that, and Wills.
The ref.
And the ref. But on a serious note, Mahrez was on the field. Did anybody notice Mahrez until the 68th minute when Gabriel get the red card?
No, Mahrez never like that one the first half or even the first.
De Bruyne was missing. The only one of them who did really show up was Bernardo Silva.
Sterling Sterling too.
Sterling was the only one that they play ball. I didn't even notice
Well,
Bernardo.
beginning of the game, because one time I see somebody have to help Tomiyasu double teaming like Saka and Tomiyasu over the pan him, and him still a fight him way through. So yeah, beginning of the game, Sterling was, but as it progressed, Tomiyasu started to take care of Sterling. Not only that, Saka attack down that wing so much where Sterling not even get a chance to attack.
Yeah,
You see
Saka
me?
would have killed Nathan Ake. You can't imagine Nathan
Yes,
could make it in a Chelsea team
No.
and he can make it in
Well,
a Man City.
Give me for me chance now.
Yeah.
Rodri should have gotten a yellow card from the first half when because consistent fouls. I'm say when I time Saka take Ake to the cleaners and cut inside Rodri, and Rodri kick him down from behind, and he did not get a yellow for that. How this man only get a yellow in the 90+5 when he must celebrate him goal? Behooves me. I don't know how it took that long for him to get his first yellow card of the game. When he might get that yellow, I say, okay, a second yellow he might get now. I still couldn't believe that was his first yellow card for the game.
Greg,
You
but
know,
look at the
Saka got a yellow for Rodri kicked down somebody, and Saka talked to the ref about it, and Saka got the yellow card instead. That's how much Rodri get away with it. It seems like it was.
He got the card because he was telling the ref to card the player.
But look at Rodri,
Yeah, but you
look at the tackle he made on Martin Ellie at the edge of the
But I don't know this, brother. City and Liverpool play do this for about 3 seasons now.
Hold on.
Actually,
Wait a minute.
Fabinho get away with murder almost every game.
You see what Mane do? 2 minutes of the game, we see what Mane do, right?
Yeah, but that's obvious. Brother. That's an obvious.
2 minutes in the game.
Buju and David soon get for them time. JR and Nick get for them already. Let me just finish it. All right. So more address couple points. Yeah. Shaka, even though that was a boneheaded play by him, and I would prefer see somebody else out there other than Shaka. What we have to realize is in the Arsenal squad right now, Shaka is the player that make Partey play the most comfortable. I don't know if you guys realize that, but when Lokanga plays, because Lokanga is more attacking minded than Shaka, and Lokanga always attack, it leaves Partey if you try chase back. You see me? Probably El Nene would be the only other one, but we not see him and El Nene play together. But between Lokanga and Shaka, yes, we like how Lokanga play. Because I love when him out there. You know, he drive the ball forward. He always make forward passes. In a pass sideway like El Nene them. But Shaka is the one that's more disciplined to sit and make Partey have the freedom to do what he want to do. He can try control the game. When any of the other ones play Partey, after play 6 and 8. Mafia defend and Mafia start attack. So that is why that is the only good thing about Shaka in the team. But if you ask me, we need to sell him and get a replacement. But in the current squad,
you can't sell the cap up.
He shouldn't. Them should have re-up him contract.
In the current squad, he's the one that make Partey job more easy. As far as the tackle and Bernardo, yes, if you hold on him, but it was a penalty before the hole, Nick.
Huh?
That's why Bernardo did start dive because them knees collide. And trust me, from me say Bernardo pick up the ball, me start fret. About 5 minutes before that, me and Buju cussed Tierney. When Maris pick up the ball, me and Buju cussed Tierney and I said, why Tierney not step and tack from outside the box? So I'm a back off. Brother, yes, when Maris and Bernardo Silva pick up the ball, you see, because they can do so much with it, 4 too. Because they can do so much with the ball, you can't just dive in and not tackle just so.
Bro,
You see me,
tackle the man outside of the box. Don't back up. Cause when him bring the ball at the back,
if try back up and not try the step to him to make a tackle, he would have a chance. Because the thing with Bernardo though is he don't even have a weak side. I mean, even knowing right side and weaker side, if you make him go right, he can still whip the ball across the face.
Make him cross it.
So
yeah, make him cross it. Don't
make
him go on his
make him cross it. But Shaka is a defensive midfielder. Midfielder instinct he was there, so and try to hold him back.
So let me give you my.
Yo,
Sorry.
this is my thing, Greg. Why Shaka always be the one to make that mistake there? Like,
Well, hold on, man.
me hear this man.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, like me hear somebody with this, and I thought it was well thought of when them said this. Shaka is always the one to make the mistake. Him always be the one to give away the ball for them and them score. Always be the one to get a red card. Always be the one to get the penalty. Why always have to be Shaka? It always
Yeah,
have to be him.
yeah, right, man. But the coach need to work on the discipline part of it because I mean, Arsenal players have gotten 11 red cards. I think 11 or 12 since he started coaching. Him just did what? Not even 3 years now. We have gotten 11 red cards already, or 12 since he started coaching in the Premier League alone.
Bro, get real,
So
bro.
we need to work on that discipline because what Gabriel did, he already on a yellow. The first yellow was nonsense because I complain. Many people are talking about the penalty spot. I watched the interview after I realized I know the penalty spot incident because I was looking at it and I was saying, hold on, Ramsdale did more than he did at the penalty spot. And Ramsdale will get a card. But it's after now I see the interview and realize it's because he might complain and said to the ref, how was that a penalty? But ours in the first half wasn't a penalty. So the ref carded him for that. So that ref was more about ego than anything else too. Because he just scared anybody who talked to him in that game.
Right.
You see me? So Gabriel, I mean, our players need to be more disciplined. We team might get tough, they might get more mature, but we still don't have that discipline to it because something like that make him go on. You have two pretty quick wing backs. Trust that one of them can chase him.
Ain't no leader
You
to
see
the
me?
team, bro.
He never have to do that. And if not only that, I mean, you have a set piece. Or it wasn't a set piece, but your attack and you're there the halfway line there. So I don't get why both centre backs these days. I mean, yeah, we know you play a flat back, whether it be a 4 or a 3. But both are not half in the inline with the striker, especially someone who's that quick. Somebody should step off a little bit. You see me? But
Yeah.
I mean, I like the performance from the team. Martinelli gave Cancelo nightmares. Saka gave Akin nightmare. I mean, as a matter of fact, Martinelli grew a lot in that game because even when he had to go play centre forward, you could see that he wasn't scared of the centre backs, which me not want him play the two regular yet still. You see me? Because these English league centre backs will put him out again for another 6 months. But you can't say him not play scared football, but yeah,
Yeah.
good performance.
Right. So there's so much to unpack where that game is concerned. For one thing, this was the first time this season that I actually see Man City on their back foot because of how well Arsenal was attacking them. Point number one. Um, the goal that Saka scored was a very nice goal. Now the penalty on Shaka. Now I want to go back before he forward to Arsenal. And when he was linked to Arsenal, there was a report that he have 8 red cards.
I remember you mentioned it, David.
Yes, I'm glad you remember it. And I got called out by the admin by that. And since he been at Arsenal, he keep on making these mental mistakes. And I'm sorry, at some point reputation precedes you. And it was a foul. Now you were saying, Greg, that even though the knee had touched each other, that's what caused Bernardo Silva to
Start going.
fall.
Yeah.
Right. But the referee saw that, and the referee didn't think there was enough contact there for a red card. So that's why the referee tell Bernardo Silva to get up. It wasn't until the VAR office telling the referee that he should look at it, that's when he saw Saka was also pulling his shirt. And I think that was the reason why he decided to give that penalty. Point number 2. Now, where Rodrigo was concerned, I was surprised the foul on Martinelli just outside the box. Not only was it not a yellow card, which I think it was, but it was not even a foul because that ball.
Oh, where they get the corner? I mean,
Yes,
we didn't
correct,
get a corner.
correct. They got a corner. They got a corner from that
Was
play.
it fun?
So
Yeah.
he did get away. Now, Gabriel, you see, when they pick up silly yellow card, it always puts you in danger for when you make a mistake. And that was a mental mistake on his part. It clearly was a second yellow, no doubt about it. Point
Yeah.
number 3. Point number 4. The play that Edison made on was Odegaard. Who was it? Odegaard, right?
Yeah. Odegaard.
Right. Now, at first glance, it looked like Edison got the ball, but on second glance, it seemed like he went through Odegaard's foot to make
Yeah.
contact with the ball. And my point is this: at some point, the VAR office have to tell the referee to take a look at that play, because you got to understand, we have the opportunity to see that play multiple times. The referee only have one shot to look at that play, and that's why VAR is there to assist the referees in making these decisions. So I'm not beating up the referee that much, because it's the VAR office supposed to let him know, take a look at that play. The same way they tell.
He still had a horrible game.
Well, that might be so, but I'm not going to totally beat up on him, because again, the VAR office have to give them the green light. Maybe you wanted to go take a look at that play. Other than that, very disappointed. Look, obviously, I had a lot of stake in this game where my team is concerned. So my motive was very obvious, and to see Arsenal concede a goal so late, yeah, it was tough, but it was a good game, and it's something that they could go forward the rest of the season. They really did well. With the
We play
exception
you
of not getting a
Thursday in
point.
League. We play you Thursday in League Cup, so you should be nervous. Anyway, Bojo, something somebody want to add. By the way, David, the first red wasn't for the penalty spot interference. No. Was just talking to the referee. So you said the first yellow was for something silly or something like that. You said
So what was just talking to the referee?
yeah.
That's why he got okay.
Yeah, he was complaining. After Mahrez scored, he walked on the referee and attacked him, and that's when he got the yellow card. You know?
And that's where you want a captain. This is where you want a captain to take charge of any kind of situation that they think.
Yeah, that's why I said we need to mature more and get more discipline too. You know? I mean, teams who are more senior and will have a bigger name right now can get away with certain things. Because I've always said it. Somebody like Fernandinho will kick you from the first minute till the 90th minute and do not get away.
But it's how we do it. Sneaky.
Yeah, I say it's smart fouling, brothers. You know.
Rodri fouls weren't smart fouls. Rodri fouls them. Some of them are some dirty.
Rodri fall different, but what I said, I see other players do it all the time. I see Fabinho do it all the time at Liverpool. I don't know.
Not Fabinho. Milner makes some dirty challenges sometimes, and they don't even look at him. Then turn their head the next way. You see me? So some players will get away with certain things. Some players just can't.
Yeah.
The point for me to go to add though before Bojo put his feet in the game. Me and JR say, I guess basically Nick's speech was disingenuous when he say Arsenal exposed them. We weren't the first ones to. Chelsea exposed them twice last season. That's why I was disappointed in Chelsea this season when Tuchel changed the formation. If you go look on the league game and the Champions League final where Chelsea played against him last season, it was a totally different formation than what he played the first game this season when City would have killed them. You know? And last season, not just the formation, the tactics was different. Chelsea attacked them last season. This season, he showed them too much respect. So what I'm seeing from this is, if you go out and attack City, don't give them the chance to settle down and start attack you. If you go take control of the game and start attack them, you have to have the players to do it also. If you go out and start attack them, I mean, Palace did it and beat them.
But why you say kill Chelsea?
Eh?
Why you said kill Chelsea? Them only win by 1 goal.
Was it only 1 goal? Oh yeah, Jesus scored 1 on flukes. But still, I not just the goal. Them ball on that game there, Nick. Come on. The first game, the game where them beat the next season, them ball on man. Come on, man. Don't kill no with ball. Them never score the amount of goals where they could have, but them killing the ball compared to Champions League final and the league game last season want to beat them. I want to take it to them. I mean, we have them on the back foot for most of the game in them 2 games. Similar to when Liverpool beat them or whenever Man U beat them.
Sides of beat Man City, brother, you have to be very fast and very direct.
And that's what Martinelli and Saka did. And that's what Martinelli.
If you try to play possession ball with City, you're gonna lose every day. So yeah, only time we can beat them on them something like even when we play them the other day, when we can really cause damage, we have to be very direct. You know, because the big. I'm telling you,
we played some possession football first half though.
Nick said earlier. Him say City don't have a very good defense, but City's best defense is none I play them on the field. None I defend. Possession is the City best defense. If you don't have the ball, you can't lose. If next team have the ball, they're not gonna score. City keep possession of the ball most of the game because if them have the ball, that means you can't score upon them. So that's City best anyway. So you get the ball for the short spurts, we are gonna have it. You don't have to play around with it. Down the field, direct, and kill them with it. And every time they play against teams like that, them struggle humongously. You know,
what's them center back named Ruben Diaz? That's
Ruben
that guy.
Ruben Diaz a baller, man.
Awful.
No, I can't agree.
No, bro.
I can't agree with you.
Martin Ellie and Saka. Oh my. Martinelli would have killed him.
Yeah,
what's the next one? We'll play right back. Cancelo? Awful, sir.
Ruben a baller, man. Don't try.
Well, defensively, Cancelo is not the greatest, but and actually at the first, Mr. Cancelo get show up. Come to think of it.
What? Oh,
Cancelo at the first, Mr. He really get show up.
As I just said, me I watch a game and I like players like Martin Ellie and Saka them. I like those type of players because they will try and beat you and embarrass you. So I like seeing those players.
I don't have one in our team just on scoring right.
I'm not feel good right now. The COVID thing, man.
Right, you mess with Mojo. Make me go to a Chelsea game.
Yeah, let's go because my battery is dying here.
Yeah, talk about Mason Mount, right?
No, it's not.
David, you want the prime time because we still not talk about Manu head boss yet, you know.
Well, I was looking at that game before I come on the live.
As a United fan, as a young United fan on this chat, make I just summarize the game. I don't really need too much comments.
Yeah, go ahead. I don't really want that much about.
We can just summarize the game in
All right, do it fast.
Honestly, United right now we in a transitional phase. That's the honest truth. The truth is that when I think about United right now, we are go from a coach where there was no tactics, more freestyle football, and you try to take a group of players and I try to teach them how to play in a system and I play a different way. And right now I feel like that's a biggest problem. Come here, some of the problem are going to dress room, playing and want to come training earlier than expected, 5 o'clock on them something there. All these type of things were going because them come from a place where the man run a free for all thing over there. And Ragnick is a good coach. Me can't tell you that. Greg can't tell you that. He's a good coach. So when you see the man is a coach and normally play high pressing football, and if you watch how we play, we don't play high pressing football. If you look on that performance here in the last couple of performances, if you tell me say Ole a coach, his team is still good and tell us say yes, I'm most Ole yes. Nothing, honestly, nothing don't really change. Only thing that changes is that the tempo of the game is still the same. The directness of the football is still horrible. You know, the players are miss, and it's not all about coaching. I say players are miss 5-yard passes, 6-yard passes. You know, Rashford is completely out of form. But honestly, if you fix United right now, it'll take some time. You can't sign as much players as you need, and I don't know about the players them. It's the mentality of the club which is rotten. Rotten to its core. You know, them players feel accountable because a lot of them get too much money. And personally, for me, I was the coach at this time. I swear to God, I take off half of them off I said and play the Houston right now. Because when you talk about a player like, I see some of them money today, and I see sometimes Alvaran pick up the ball as a centre back, and none of his midfielder didn't come for the ball. The gap between the midfield and the defense, brother, I said, boy, this is almost primary school football man teacher say you need to come for the ball. No, the centre back don't have no outlet pass. Them something there. This is no rocket science, brother. This is just people lack hunger and lack desire. You know, it's pretty much what it is. And for me swear to God, tomorrow, would I drop half of the squad, I'm sure to God, would I play everybody else. And my next problem with this now is this. We have a situation right now where I feel as if some players too comfortable and thinks that I'm really have to play. There's no reason why some players don't get a look into this team. Marcus Rashford has been on horrible form. The worst form player we have this year, him and Bruno. And every game, two of them have to get game. Jesse Lingard sitting up on the bench, never get a chance. Danny Van de Beek sitting up on the bench. Fred and Scott have shit up the whole season. Scott have a good game last time. Fred have a good game maybe a couple games ago. But those side them shit up most of the season. And
Why
nobody.
you say that, Fred?
Huh?
Why you say that about Fred though?
No, Fred have had a very, very average season, brother. If you watch all the game, them like every single game, he have a very average season. A few games when he play for him very good, but for a United level of midfielder, you expect more consistency and more better things. Fred can't pass the ball. And you have all these players with me a list who underperform. And you have other players like Jesse Lingard. Martial one left now because he can't get a look in. And Rashford have a horrible season. And Martial can't get 10 minutes on the field. You have Danny Van de Beek, which cannot get a look in at the side. This is absolute ridiculousness, brother. I may tell you, the side lack accountability, and United is rotten to his score. That is ultimately the biggest problem at United right now. You have the player them. It's obvious United have all of the good player them. You have some very good players, but Missy Man run for all tackle today. Things when them more City and Liverpool and them side there. Missy Man go hard in the tackle and who get injured and those go. You can see the desire and the fight. Watch the man them today. Missy Man walk and just a walk over the field. No man now bust no gut like you see Mane up the wing, down the wing, up the wing, down the wing. Mr. Rashford them a walk around on the field. This side is rotten to score. This is not about coaching or nothing like that. The side is rotten to score. And that's the honest truth. And that we don't even need to go through a tactical breakdown. We can break down the tactical side everything because the team too narrow too, but the player them is obviously the ultimate problem. Because the 4-2-2 is way too narrow for the type of quality a player will have.
David enjoying this.
No. I just want to add something. There was a report out early this season before Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was sacked that the Manchester United squad have ran the least amount of all the teams in the Premier League.
No thing.
So it just showed they're not working hard enough. They're not giving. Yeah. So that's what I did. That's all.
Yeah, let me say it's a joke thing. For a side of this caliber, brother, when you look on it and you see teams like, until you see watch Liverpool play and them side they play, brother, you can literally see the desire because the man try to perform and try to win the league. Them man don't have no care. Man, you have the biggest pay wage in the Premier League right now, for not the first or the second. And now them man don't look like them worth even $100,000. It's up. You know the worst part about today's game is, as a United fan, the best player for our team today was Phil Jones.
He had a good game.
I would say between Phil Jones and Cavani. Cavani really played today.
With the fact that Phil Jones even had mentioned as the best player when you have Varane, Ronaldo, cover all them play up on the field.
Ronaldo time done.
No man. Brother, Ronaldo time not done, brother. You have to understand.
Hey, before we move on, me go just say something real quick. Me hear you call out Bruno and since him say Ronaldo time done. Me not say Ronaldo time done, but I think the problem with Bruno this season is you bring in Ronaldo and Bruno is no longer the man on that team.
Correct.
It has affected Bruno's game drastically.
Correct.
But
No coach now go brave enough to bench Ronaldo and bring him back Bruno in that squad and make Bruno run the squad. Bruno self used to depend this as screen Bruno.
Oh no, get Bruno is still one of our best players, you know. But no depend farm right now.
But he cannot survive. He can't play.
Let me tell you something. You cannot tell me say if bringing Ronaldo any side in the world is a bad thing. Me not want to find him by buying that philosophy.
Ronaldo was a bad buy.
It's not a bad thing, but we don't ever need him. We don't just buy him for making City.
Let me finish. What may I try to say, brother? The reason why, if you watch Bruno as Sporting, and if you watch Bruno United and Ole Gunnar, why two of them have in common? Him get up and down and do all type of fun and kick the ball left and kick it right, cross it long, and run up and down over the place, lose position and do nothing. Now when you have to actually have a player, now you have to play in your role. Because now it's help on Ralph, or him playing a Ralph, him carrying up and down as he used to run up and down over the goddamn place. So now you have to play it as
No, Ralph's system allows that, sir.
No, but when I say, all right, hold on. Bruno again, when you talk about Bruno play for Portugal, and him cannot do what he want to do because him cannot run up and down over the place. Him don't look as good. And it's the same thing happening now. Bruno is a player. If you make him roam and he can have free control of what him do and get up every day and can be free and do everything, it work great. But no team in a modern day football, they can have footballers who decide to say, you just do whatever they want. The system is what win games. No, man. Me believe that. If you think about Chelsea is a system. If you think about City, it's a system. Liverpool is a system. No team right now you can think about and you have one player who decides to them all run the whole thing and that you're going to win. Unless if you cannot fit in our system, there's a problem in our club.
But
And
we see that
right now,
yes, sir, Liverpool. We
Salah-
see that with Mo Salah.
Salah-
Salah is literally a floating player.
Yep.
but brother, but the thing is that the system is built around Salah, and him dead to do that the whole game. The problem is that Salah can stay up on the left wing or the right wing, anyone him depend, and him can stay up there and the ball come to him because that's the system of Liverpool play. Salah is always them outlet pass whenever them get the ball, and it was always the outlet pass. Every time, if you look on it, Salah is always an outlet for Liverpool. That's a part of them whole system. That's built in on them system. Yeah, here's what I say. Right now,
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah. For 1.5 pack about the brother, or not even make Bruno run the game.
How many good seasons Bruno have since he's been at Man U?
Why 1.5?
1.5, right?
Yeah.
So Bruno
And he's been
performed.
here too, right?
Yeah.
So Bruno basically performed good for 1 season, right?
1.5.
And 1.5.
1.5. He came there in the winter, right? Winter in
Yeah.
coming?
In January.
Yeah.
So Bruno basically performed for 1.5 season, good, right?
Mhm.
And because of that 1 season or that 1.5 season, right?
Mhm.
Everybody have Bruno as this exceptional player, right?
He is.
Yes,
Yeah.
at that season, right?
Well, he's been their best performer, especially when
No.
Pogba is on the field. So that's why
Why
I say,
when
why
I
drift
see-
away from him?
Greg,
When I
let me finish. Can I add something to this?
when I see Bruno play against the top team, them, the Liverpool, the Man City, the Chelsea, it's like Bruno is not even on the field.
Even
Yeah.
Arsenal.
But-
not if we like, when
But
he play against-
whenever I play against bottom level teams or mid-table teams, and play good. It just means that
But you see, the thing is, I'm gonna tell you again. The problem is that in a modern day football, brother, a big part of modern day football is always been the coaching. Coaching is the most important part of modern day football. Any good team you play against and understand how Man United play for the last season and a half before this season's play, you understand that the only very important thing for do for play against Manchester United is to take out Bruno Fernandes out of the game. Then after that, everything got dead. So if you play against any good team like a Man City or a Chelsea or anything, the only thing you really have to do is take out. If you take out Bruno, who else will create? Fred can't create for save him life. Scott can't create for save him life. It was the most important thing. So if you play against any high level coaching team, will have any type of sense. As long as they take out Bruno out of the game and mark him out of the game. And, you know, the counter argument for that is that any great player is supposed to can deal with that and get to that, still perform on a high level. Yes, I said that is the counter argument we're always going to use to that. But the truth is that Bruno is a good player, brother. He was not a great player. He was not no Zidane or nothing like that. He was a good player in modern day football because he was a risk taker.
I think Bruno is just Bruno and Jack Grealish. I'll put them together because we're yet to see a lot from them, but because them have like one good season or 1.5 good season or 2 good season, we'll place them in this top tier level. But we're yet to see them do anything impeccable. We're yet to see any major change with them. Bruno, I try Biderman, Amanu. And nothing wrong with that, you know. You understand? Because
He was
the man.
it was the man. But Mr. Bruno, literally, I tried to take the free kick. I Ronaldo got to him and I said, brother, I mean, if you kick this, and
Bruno's supposed to get that free kick there. Ronaldo's supposed to get more free kick.
Ever since Bruno missed that penalty, ever since Bruno missed that penalty against Villa, you know, he just haven't been the same. But let me, you know, next mention something that I want to address. He said when Bruno go up against the bigger teams, he struggled. Most players struggle against the better teams because that's why they are the better teams. It's just a better team. Now, you do have some players that perform against the better teams. When I say perform, I mean score goals. And obviously there's one player so far this season that have been consistent
Salah,
where that is concerned. But normally when good players go up against big teams, they don't always have the same game for obvious reasons.
Yeah, because as we said, we just talk about it. De Bruyne was
David, whenever Jamie Vardy sees big teams, he shines.
Yeah, man.
All right,
No doubt about that.
Yo, me not
What you
even
got, Eddie? What was
not
the
even
answer?
want to discuss it, the time I run. But
Yeah, hour and a
me,
half. And we have to
we,
talk about
we never
Liverpool.
save this. We never save this till the end of the season. Come on, see, oh, Bruno finished. But last year when we mentioned, say anyone of United fans them for bring me Bruno stats minus the penalty, how good would he look? But me gonna save that for your next time. We don't want to get
Yeah,
into
man.
that right now.
Honestly,
But
I mean, even without the penalty, then brother, Bruno still like pick up at least 14, 15 assists for the season.
Where and when?
It's bigger than just that, brother. Can you see his thing is as much as Bruno play bad right now, him still pick up him assist and him little goal of me and there. You know? So if you look at this, if you look at just in pure stats, right? It still look decent, compared to a lot of midfielder. The problem is when you watch the game and you watch the in of the game and the things that are going inside of the game. Going you with the ball in some bad places and lead to bad situations and try to cross the ball and just play a 5-yard pass and kick with the ball. And so that's what me have a problem with. And
So you're saying his stats
That's a
deceiving.
conversation I'm gonna have.
yeah,
at a
that's
later
deceiving
date.
right now. Me not lie.
We're gonna go to the Liverpool game and then we're gonna talk about the team them. And David after the break.
David run. David know what I got and run God. They fought.
Wasn't the game of the weekend, if you ask me. There was a lot of
I'm looking for my charger. Give me
To
one.
me, the City Arsenal game was a better game. But, it was an exciting game, but
The first half was exciting.
the whole game was
The
exciting.
first half was
The
really
first-
exciting.
There was some sloppy defense. I mean, some of them things that mean in the first half. I mean,
Everything-
Chalobah they try to can't kick the ball at the same time.
Wait, what? Wait.
Yeah, the ball come out the man try bought the ball.
I think.
Man, I can't kick the ball at the same time, brother. How do you do that as a Premier League defender?
Listen, you see, if Christian did score the first goal him get in like the first 5 minutes,
Yeah, that'd be a different game too.
would that be a different game? Chelsea dominate Liverpool in every way possible.
Yeah,
Literally.
no, Chelsea start off the game
Dominate them.
way highest. But you see, the thing is,
Our
brother,
end game so good. Kante would have killed them. And when Kovacic come on the field, oh my. Well, what do I mean come on the field? Oh, I mean, when Kovacic, when him finally take control and get into the groove, was amazing. Chalobah, I feel like Chalobah was nervous because look who him there for mark. He literally had to mark Mane. You understand? And for know anything about Mane is a very strong player. Him quick, him fast, and he's very technical. So of course him there have issues. But I just feel like him have enough match under him belt and him already play at a high level. So there's no way him should feel the need to drop the level in football. You understand? But I feel like Chelsea was the better team.
man have a Phil Jones moment, brother. That's all we got.
Yeah, that was the only bad moment for him. And that literally was the only bad moment for him. And then after everything,
Chalobah not play that bad, brother. That's his own outside of the goal him give away. He not really play that bad, for tell you the truth. So, him just have a
He
one.
had a couple more mistakes.
Eh?
He had a couple more mistakes. So did Rodrigo.
David. Question.
Yeah.
Red card or not?
record.
Right. So let's talk about that because I know that play kind of stick in Ricky Crow. Now it was a reckless play, and if a red card had came out of it, as a Liverpool supporter, I couldn't even argue that much. But I'm glad it did not. Let's keep it real, because no sooner after that, Mane were able to capitalize on that mistake from the Chelsea defender. But I would say it was reckless. Yes.
Yeah, talk about the Mane. Yeah, talk about the Mane elbow.
Yeah.
Yes.
Man, no red card for that. No, sir.
So
Wait,
that's why I subversion.
Wait, it was too early?
No, man, I don't really feel like I ain't really decide to feel my elbow.
What do you mean?
All right, continue. Never mind. I did continue.
Yeah, because
Right.
One beat and the elbow man and you say, and you never say,
let me tell you something. You see, the thing is that more time in the
Let
football.
me have it continue, please.
Go ahead, David.
Before him losing train of thought.
Right. So anyway, that's it where that play was concerned. Now, where the game was concerned, I didn't see the game live. I was at work, but when I came home, I did sit down and look at the game in its entirety. Right. Now, one thing I could say, our defense has been horrible. Now, the first goal that Chelsea scored, that was a brilliant goal. There was I don't think Allison could have kept that one out. That volley kick was just exceptional. Um, Other than that, the um, the Mali goal capitalized from that mistake. I'm glad we were able to capitalize on that because many times I see where we are not. The Salah goal was just Salah. It's just the kind of season
Class,
he's been having. And
class.
scoring that goal against Mandy and Chelsea, who I think have one of the best defense, was exceptional. Um, for the most part, it was one of the most exciting games for the season, end to end. Um, very disappointed that we wasn't able to get that full 3 point for the simple fact that we had a 2 goal advantage, and to concede 2 goals in less than 3 minutes was bad. Um, so yeah, so that's that's really my input to where that game was
On
concerned.
very very good game. Watch the game. Honestly, me just that hope say a draw. So me personally is a happy fan. Two side lose points can't beat it for me. So me's a happy camper because it's a draw me the hope for from day one. But from the game perspective instead of like my Manchester United bias, um, disappointing at Liverpool. Very
Yeah,
disappointing. Um,
very.
you cannot have a situation like this in a game like this, which is we are trying to win a title and you end up give up 2 goals in 3 minutes. That
And
that
in the
that's
same time, City just keep on winning. Sorry, go
let me
ahead.
say, City does keep on rolling because City Garden. Then City start win is like inevitable after that. So you cannot give up 2 goals in 3 minutes. Now again, one of the things that actually surprised me about this game was actually watching Liverpool backup keeper play. I was actually very relatively impressed by the Liverpool backup keeper. Me not really pay attention to a lot of things in football like that, but when
Keller.
calm him was, I see him play the ball out from the back. Even the Pulisic in the first half where Nick talked about earlier, how calm him react to that and how him actually react and just wait for the right moment for just knock the ball off a Pulisic's foot.
Yeah, that was a great defensive play.
It was actually that was one of my most key things that caught me by surprise about the game because me feel as Allison was gonna be a big miss, but to me none of the goals that we actually got conceded was something which was caused by the keeper. If that's something I say. Overall though, you have to give Chelsea credit because in our game when the game started, Chelsea was actually dominating the game. Dominate the game for a good portion of the game and well deserved to get 2 points. If we have to be very honest about it. As Nick said, Chelsea started off the game and Chelsea looked by far the most likely to score until out of nowhere we are looking at Liverpool score. You see what I say? You know what I say, Chala, but honestly, I don't understand what exactly like one is because the ball play at the man foot and the man put on your head down there.
Exactly.
Until me not understand what happened. But sometimes as a footballer, we have also
He missed kick one prior to that, So me wonder if that did I play on him head. He missed kick one and Rudiger missed kick one. Both of them have missed kicks prior to that. So me wonder if that's why I feel like I said, okay, I'm a better chance to clear. But
possible,
I mean, he saw Mane bearing down on him too, so panic.
Yeah, but the ball was so low. The ball was
Chelsea
so low. Rarely do you use your head when the ball is so low.
Chelsea have conceded some real sloppy goals recently too, Because even the one against United when Jorginho try control the ball and then Sancho take the ball off and put on kick on the goal. Chelsea have conceded some very, very relatively mistake-prone goals recently. So that has been one of the differences with Chelsea recently because that we have caused a part of them downward spiral in form. Chelsea have been making a lot of defensive mistakes, and some reason Chelsea attack at this point the attack never really looked good at no particular point to tell you the truth, but this are the worst.
When they play against Arsenal.
But these are the best miss them looking at worst miss them looking at a good minute. And then after that you have Lukaku going like a little crybaby as usual. So that not do the side no justice. Me a TV ball up on the next chat about the score shouldn't drop Lukaku and Lukaku are the reason why, and then if you fire Tuchel, I say why them funny and fun them so I have some ungrateful fun there, man. But
Lukaku need to come out of the team, brother.
And that matter because you cannot have a player where actually go out and say what Lukaku say and then you say he's supposed to still play. That go against every type of moral code for your team sport, brother. Everybody have problems. Every player can complain, but you cannot go do a non-authorized interview and tell them on them say, "Oh, a Joe thing I go on that club because we need to play."
And then how much he misses from a team and he can't get together.
Come on now,
You have to understand this. Lukaku not look on this for Anderson, so he's not a superstar. The highest ball game him ever played was at Inter. He was at Chelsea before. We got rid of him. In the damn Man U didn't perform. He was at Everton, didn't perform. Him
Huh?
go
He did perform at Everton. He did perform at Everton.
Huh?
From Everton, man. Stop the foolishness.
when is it
Perform
perform?
at Everton.
Perform at Everton.
Bro, Everton and West Brom, bro.
Yeah,
When
that's
we-
they're not perform, brother.
When we
He
talk
performed
about
at Everton.
when we talk about performing, I'm talking about players like a Mo Salah performance. Him never had none of that run.
No, man, but him get consistently 20 goal a season. Him get 20 goal a season a couple times. You know, in the Premier League, that's not a bad thing.
Huh?
How much more Salah performances he will get? Come on, bro. Don't be like that.
No, man. Lukaku, no make him see that bad. As much as a United player, I'm never me kind of happy saying left. Me not gonna diss him like that. But as you say,
He's not a superstar, and him should even talk about the club like that. If you feel this way, why you come to the club?
well, him said the club deceive him
You know,
with
say,
information and then something. Like.
Huh?
you know, say at 6. I think at 6. I could be wrong. I think it's 6 players in the Premier League right now who have scored 20 goals in a season. And Lukaku is one of them.
No, man. Lukaku is a decent striker, but you have to have the right system. You know?
Salah, Mane, Vardy, Kane, Aubameyang, and Lukaku. 6 of them in the league right now who have scored 20 goals.
Ronaldo.
I remember saying in the league. So 7 who have scored 20 goals in a season.
But my question to you right now, right? Would you compare Lukaku with Salah, Vardy?
No, you can't. But guess what? Question: why did your coach go out and buy him then? He already know the kind of player he is.
Well, we just find out it was a big mistake bringing him back to Chelsea because first of all, make them statement about your team where you and them play together.
People
Right?
deal with their frustration different, bro. I mean,
Then
they
it's-
might not play from when, and when he come on, he scores, but you're still not starting. You're starting Pulisic as a number 9. Come
And
on,
then-
fam.
No, I understand.
That's
Tuchel
a slap in
done
the
stuff.
face where you pay so much money for face.
No,
Why
but
did you
Tuchel,
go out and get him then? Let him stay.
I understand. Say Tuchel do some dumb stuff because when I see him put Christian at right back, it a chew him off. But at the end of the day, go sit down with your coach, talk to your coach. You understand?
That's true. That's
Don't
true.
run to the media because
Everybody deal with their frustration different. You see how long Aubameyang I get style and I get freeze out and I'm not even use Aubameyang say anything.
because Aubameyang understand how to deal with the thing. He might probably have good people around him and teach him how to talk to people.
You see me? Aubameyang old man there around him too. You see me?
Lukaku
is not the same.
Lukaku is very emotional. Everything what take place, him run to the media. So as I said, that's what's taking place right
Yeah,
now.
man, so one last thing I put down before so we can. I don't like how that. You see this, I realize say while ago man I call the top striker them in the Premier League and the man say Salah and Run and Vardy and all them man there, and Kane. Until you mention Ronaldo. Brother, I understand what going on.
I didn't remember he was in the league, blood, for real.
Brother, the man, you know, say as much as today, the man.
I just have for season since he come back in the league. So me I think Ronaldo.
The man missed most of the first 3 games of the season, and the man right now is still maybe about the 4th or 5th highest goal scorer in the league. In the EPL right now.
Where?
Him score about 8 or 9 goal. Him score. So I understand.
Where?
In all competition.
Salah, listen, Salah,
Yeah, you can't put
Jota,
those numbers out without looking.
Salah, Jota,
Stop.
Vardy, Emil Smith Rowe, and listen,
Stop.
not to look on. Not tell them.
Antonio.
Salah, Jota, Vardy, Emil Smith Rowe, and Dennis, and somebody else have 8.
Hold on, brother. So me I have it right here, so goals. Salah 16, Jota 10, Vardy 9, Dennis 8, Antonio 8, Cristiano Ronaldo 8, Son 8, Smith Rowe 8. So what? If everybody you have 16, 10, 9, that means Ronaldo ranking at 4th in the whole thing. About 6-5 man rank 4th, and the man play 3 more game less than a lot of them. So me not understand where this thing I make look like Ronaldo all of a sudden is like some
3
little
game
rock
less
and-
than who?
like a 16 game play. Salah played 20 games.
Smith Rowe have a better
19.
goals
Bro,
per game than
Smith Rowe.
Me look at it
No,
right
man.
now.
Smith Rowe have a better goals per game than him.
Because every game Smith Rowe come on him score.
Hey, yeah, he come on and score. And Ronaldo play the whole game.
Meji, make we go to the next topic. Them disrespect your thing we are going in a new Premier League.
All right.
Go on ahead.
No, but I listen. Me never intentionally leave him out. But since you go to cry about it and I go on, even when me tell us say yo, you know, it's a mistake why you didn't get left out, but you still a cry and go on about
You joking
about
again.
that.
Make we go through the little thing them quick now.
Alright.
Yeah, let's
Quick and fast.
So,
Let's sign in.
Dennis Emmanuel.
Who next? Me next?
Anybody can go.
All right. So I thought about Dennis as well. I had Dennis on my list originally, as a matter of fact. But there are quite a few players that could be mentioned. Jose Sa at Wolves, the goalkeeper, been having a brilliant season as well.
Yeah, but you gotta mention one, Greg. You gotta mention one. You're giving us
One.
Now rush me.
Greg, man, them say one on
Me
five.
have no one, but me just are telling us that there are some special mentions.
Let's say
We all
one.
know this.
And I make it move on.
Dennis, Jose Sa, Tamiyasu, and Ramsdale, all very good signings. But the player that I give the sign of the season so far, what the fuck is Gallagher at City. I mean at Crystal Palace. To me, Gallagher is the best sign of the season so far. He has impacted his team better than Dennis impacted Watford.
All right.
Cool.
Okay.
My sign of the season is Jose Sa. That's a me. Personally, when you talk about the value man bring to Wolves right now for the cost.
All right, Nick, you next. When I asked if you explain, you said us give one name. When
I'm gonna tell you why real quick.
No, I didn't hear. Who did you say, JR?
No, sir.
the goalkeeper from Wolves.
The Wolves
Okay.
keeper. But brother, when you think about to sign a keeper like him for the type of season I have for under $8 million, brother, it's impeccable. You know,
Gallagher is on loan. They never use
Yeah,
it.
he's on loan, yes.
but what I know, Ramsdale, for example, is what 30 something million. Is
No,
it
30. 25 plus
So the
5.
team like you taking a
25,
knock at
25.
Arsenal, they boy.
What may I say is
Okay.
that
Tamiyasu, who is one of the best right backs so far, because he's not assistant score, nobody not calling him, but he's doing his job as a defender. We got him for what, like 15 million, probably?
20.
Couldn't call him name too.
20.
Why you look for Mr. Nick? He's doing his job as a defender.
No,
No,
he's
but-
solid as a defender. I'm not complaining.
No matter the football, there's more to the fullback position than just defending, you know. So
Nick,
that's
Nick,
an
Nick,
efficient.
who's your signing so far?
I'd say Ben White.
Ben-
Buckley.
The young man is entitled to his opinion. What's wrong with you, JR?
All right. Mine are Ramsdale are mine.
I'll say Ben White.
Me can't respect
Like, why y'all look for me like that?
the man said Ben White.
All right.
Make that easy, man.
Let's do the manager so far.
That's
Hold on.
very sorry.
Oh,
Alright,
David
so
Moyes.
Sky-
Me go first. David Moyes.
Quickly, hold on, JR. Before you go, Bujo, Sky had best managerial performance. So are we doing best manager or best managerial performance?
Best manager.
Performance. Sorry,
We could
performance.
do both, you know, best manager and then like them best game with them coaching.
No man, we could just go to the best manager and call today. We could just do that. Best
We
manager,
can
so
do
far, best manager so far for the season, brother. To me, David Moyes. When I think about West Ham competing with for even a Champions League spot right now, you know.
They're not.
But brother, what I talk about that man in there.
No. Jam, I understand
Carry
what you
on.
say, but me think bring the farm from the last season into this season. That's I get confused, but me
No,
not
but
argue with your opinion.
West Ham they are down right now. Around
No.
there.
No.
Look at you.
Arsenal left fourth. West Ham left
Look at
And then West Ham the fifth, 1 point behind, you know.
No,
So
it's
when you think about West Ham and where they are and where them classifying a football compared to Arsenal, the amount of money Arsenal spend over the summer compared to what West Ham spend over the summer, it is a very incredible job to say West Ham even a compete even upon the level of playing field, even a top four.
Yeah, but West Ham had a better team than was from last season. West Ham finishing what? Where did they finish last season? Fifth?
Fifth,
And we
five, six.
finished eighth.
Hold on, and who was the reason why West Ham have that surge of form to even reach down there? So Jesse Lingard got them team in January, and Jesse Lingard win them about 5 or 6 games back to back, and Jesse is no longer there right now. So what may I try to tell you, brother? Yeah, forget the man, David Moyes in respect. As a brother, when I rate David Moyes, I come on my side, and me never really rate him on my side. But this season, to me, the best coach so far.
Nick.
For me, it's club.
Clap.
Yeah.
I'll say Arteta.
My reason for saying Klopp is Liverpool has have so many injuries, so many key players missing throughout the season, and they still manage to chase City. I mean, they're still are they my closest contender right now, or Chelsea past them now?
Chelsea. We're
Chelsea are
literally.
closest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
1
that.
point.
Well,
1 point.
well,
1 point.
Well, Mr. Still go stick with Klopp because
I'm having some
me say-
technical difficulties. I'm not hearing no one.
Make sure you don't mute, David. Make sure you don't mute. All
He's
right,
not.
man. Not hear me there.
No, him me would have win and hear him. I wouldn't him not hear him. Come on.
Yeah, that,
All right. Anyways, me not go with none of the favorites. Them Patrick Vieira.
A black man, true black man. I respect that.
Me not go with none of the favorites. Them.
No, I was gonna pick him for a managerial performance. If a managerial
But
performance,
that's what we're doing, right?
or the win against like a particular game. If it was just a particular game, I should say. But overall, I think he clap it. I mean,
David.
I mean, City have their full squad most of the season. Yes, De Bruyne went out for a little bit, but you know, City have a whole heap of pieces to fill in. Some games are asked me see him have a play striker.
Well,
Does it
David,
mean-
David, who's your... You finished?
brother, hear me I say. Jota, most of the season, man have Jota, Salah, and Mane most of the season. So you have your three best player, and then Van Dijk come back for a good while now. So most of the player then when miss some role player majority of the time. How much time are you gonna play that much one season? So if normally if Liverpool have a whole heap of problem, or you don't play. So even when time
they midfield team.
Yeah, we can say that. The midfield team. But
well, if games then have Fabinho and Henderson in there. They might have a makeshift midfield.
The truth is, if me never had to go with Jose Mourinho, me I go with Conte. I'm not free for talk. So because me I tell you right,
Conte hasn't been there the full 18 games. I can't even judge him. He only played 8 games.
Just after what him do so far, it's him.
Yeah, but that's just 8 games there.
Me know, but me I try to say is that me not feel like say Klopp or
Before some would have given Arteta it then.
Me that me couldn't believe because Arteta
Me saying
Arteta was my second choice. If me never go with David, Arteta was not my second choice.
all right, let's see what David. Who you think our manager, the best performing manager from the season start so far?
I thought about this question and I have to go with Pep and I'm going with him because of the consistency. I'm not. I mean, right now, City is just outperforming Liverpool and Chelsea, who was their closest competitor. Have there been some managers that have been impressive to this halfway point of the season? Yes, but Pep has been. So I'm giving it to Pep.
Okay.
All right.
Fair
So,
enough.
moving on.
Best young player.
Let me go with this one first, seeing that I went last. Best young player, I will have to say Saka.
Agreed. Saka for me.
JR, just a few 2 pieces.
All right. Remember, honestly, it's an Arsenal player for me too, but me I got Ramsdale. Ramsdale to me has been the most important of all the players we have.
Young player?
But Ramsdale how much? About 22.
20. No, bro.
Ramsdale's that old?
Hold on, I could look it up.
No, man. Ramsdale not that old, brother. Hold on, man. Ramsdale about
He's at least 23.
That's a young player that right
yeah, that's still young.
That means
No, 23 is not young, brother.
23.
23 is young.
What's
23.
21 are younger. 21 are younger than the award.
okay?
Player award. I don't think they give anyone 21 older.
21 are younger, me I got Foden.
Me not gonna give Foden because Foden don't play that much game.
Yeah, no, they don't.
Smith Rowe,
Saka has not been in a farm that long. Honestly,
Smith Rowe,
Gallagher as well was. If you are going to do this, you have to talk about Gallagher. Gallagher is a very young player as well. And as we just talked about earlier, when Gallagher actually bring team side on his shoulder.
Yeah, so it would be between Gallagher and Saka for me. But me, I figure Saka.
Smith Rowe,
David already. Where's the neck?
I was gonna say Reece James or Declan Rice, but gonna say it has to be 21. So I'll
I said,
go.
man, throw me off with the 21 row. What?
Yeah, so I'll go with Martin Ellie.
No, brother. Martin just start play.
Stop. Why you always question the man I'm answer?
No, but no, Martin plays enough game. 'Cause just like when you tell me earlier, say Content play enough game. Martin play as much game this season so far. For me, can I say man, I'll be best player.
All right.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get down to business. The 11. Who wanna go first?
No, what about
I'll
best
go,
player?
I'll go first.
Oh, the best
What
player.
about best
Me not
player?
think- Oh, we forgot about that. But me not think there's no argument about that.
I think that's quite obvious.
That's
Yeah. I think that's too obvious.
Here is a good topic. Who is a good topic? What's the second best player?
Mendy.
Mendy and Kante.
Mendy.
Yeah.
Mendy has been
Interesting.
consistent.
The goalkeeper. Chelsea
No,
goalkeeper.
would I have to actually think about that.
Yeah, me have to think about that. Me not like me can't just go.
Me
Mendy
not
like-
gonna just say, oh, this player. That. No, me have to think about that.
It
Mendy.
takes so long to think about that.
It's
Yeah.
not.
All right,
it's
go
not
ahead.
long. It's literally a Mo Salah and Mendy. That's it. Like it's not. There's not much we need to think about. No Man
No,
City.
for you, not for me.
Okay.
'Cause like Greg mentioned earlier, Gallagher has been sublime,
Yes.
bro. He's been playing.
Honestly, if
Yeah,
you really
but-
want,
Yeah, what Butch, you couldn't put Gala over Declan Rice.
If
Based
me
on
just did I go,
performance this
if
season
me
so
just did I go mention.
Declan would be the only person I would compare with Mendy based on the season. they have so far. Mendy has been outstanding for Chelsea.
Come on. As much as
Mendy
so-
saved Chelsea
No.
goalie.
Yo, you know who has picked up lately? De Gea.
they get, but no, me not go. They get just yeah, it might have a good season so far, but brother,
Yeah,
you know,
but
as
Mendy
much-
from the season start.
Yeah,
Who
no,
really-
but that's why I say, mood have to think about it. Me not just jump and say this player.
Trent have a very good season. You know?
It seemed like we just think about goalkeepers. But go
That
ahead.
means Trent. So why nobody want to talk about Trent?
Oh,
Trent have
alright.
been
No, hold on.
so far as a right back.
Hold on. Since you raised that topic, you remember the picture what did I float around? Say, start one, bench one, sell one, Reece James, Trent, Cancelo. Let's have that discussion.
No, brother. You miss
You
off.
have time for that right now.
You miss off the first person we're gonna start over all of them.
No, what did I float around?
Kyle Walker start over all of them. Me not care what nobody say. Because Kyle Walker right now, if Trent and Reece and all them, we are England side, Kyle Walker start over each and every one of them. So that to me,
No, we're going based on performances this season so far, though, Jay.
All right. If we're going by stats, Kyle
Trent.
Walker have awful stats. Stats
Yeah, I
awful
get-
compared to
by stats,
Reece
but in
James and Trent Arnold. If we're going by stats.
No, if you go by stats, you have to Cancelo and you are going to do Trent. That is it. But if you are talking about
Man,
no matter
really-
how-
Man, for really forget Reece James?
no, but Reason have more stats than Cancelo, brother. Cancelo is a beast, brother. You know, we
Yeah,
don't love
but
to see-
this is a better
You know,
defender.
Oh,
It's
since
amazing.
that's commenter.
It's amazing when a player has been consistent for the past 4 seasons, and I know and I'm talking about Trent Alexander. I know a lot of people just focus on his defensive role, but I look at him as a complete player
Ooh.
because as far as I'm concerned, anything you could do to help your team win a game is really.
We are talking about David.
I'm talking
Trent.
about Trent Alexander. I'm saying how we just take his number for granted.
Oh,
All right, Butch. Best 11.
Who want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first.
never think about this. Hold on.
You want me to
I
go
will
first?
let Jay go last then. Go
What
on.
formation we use?
Anything you want to use. It's up
Yeah,
to
I
you.
don't think it really matter. It don't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Just put out your best 11, man.
So I have Mendy in the goal. Yeah. I have Reece. Huh?
That's a given.
Yeah. So I have Reece James at right back. I have Shalaba. You know. I have Rudiger. I have Thiago. I have Kante. I have Kovacic.
I joke about me.
I have Jorginho.
Yes, the man serious.
I have Mo Salah. I have Saka and Martin Ellie. I'm not even playing.
Why Bush was saying man making joke?
They want the whole Chelsea.
All right, next.
Yeah.
After all, we finish laughing. I'm not laughing.
Man,
Man.
man. Hold on.
Let me go my team again. Go my team again.
I just went over my team.
Hold on.
God, you know the bro.
Yeah. I have Mendy.
Yeah,
I have Reece James. I have Thiago. I have
Yeah.
Rudiger. I have Shalaba. I have Kante, Kovacic, Jorginho, Mo Salah, Saka, and Martin Elliott.
I said Chelsea, you know, brother.
Hold on. So is that a back four or a back three?
I'll say a back four. So I will try put Reece James left side and put Shalaba right side. Make Shalaba play right back and make Reece James play left back.
Shalaba is not a right back, so right
I
now
know,
just-
I know,
Yeah,
he's
make it
a- I
work.
know he's a
just
center
your
back.
bias, just a
I
know
force
I know he's a center back, but me want to put him because if I feel I'm a lineup, I want to put him on the team. So I'm gonna
All right,
find.
Could we go to the next starting 11?
Me go next. First keeper so far. The one that, as much as everybody has said Mendy, me kind of think about Jose Sa at the same time because Sa has an exceptional season. So I don't really want to be the person that just jump to Mendy. Me I be kind of non-traditional. Me I go with Jose Sa because to me feel like him have an exceptional season, but him
Yeah,
dep on a
just
big
bad.
team.
Continue.
No, but him dep on a not a big team. Cancelo and be
He's not
Cancelo
a-
and be my left back. I'm gonna play Trent as right back. Centre back, I'm gonna go Van Dijk and Rudiger. In the middle of the park is where Brook schoolboy things get funny now.
What is
Rodri,
it, 4-3-3 or 4-4-2?
Rodri, no, me I do 4-3-3. Rodri would be easily one of the first name on the team sheet. Brook schoolboy, this one we need some time.
Yeah,
No,
write it down and make we come back to it.
No man, me a forward man. We don't go Bernardo Silva and Gallagher. Yeah, we don't go Roger Bernardo Silva and Gallagher. That's be my tree.
Okay.
Current form. My front tree, Salah obviously. Ronaldo and Jota. That's it.
Very similar to mine.
Because
That means I should go.
Yeah, David, go on up here for you.
All right. So yeah, I give this a lot of thought. And I'm gonna go with Mendy for the simple fact that even though the Chelsea defense hasn't been up to par lately, he's been bailing them out a lot. So he's in my thing.
Mendy, 1 second. Mendy has not been the same since Sancho deal with him a certain type of way, make him leg burn up and break up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a would a mistake and then something over the last couple of games. Let's put that out there.
Right. So for right back, I'm gonna go with Trent Alexander. For left back, I'm gonna go with Cancelo. I'm gonna go with Rudiger as my center half, and his pairing, I was giving that a lot of thought. Van Dijk hasn't been fully back to where he was, so I'm gonna go with Diaz. Diaz. Now, in my midfielders, Declan Rice. I'm gonna go with Bernardo Silva. Think he's having a good season, and Gallagher. Yeah.
Yep.
Now for my attack, Salah obviously, Jetta, and you hear me say it first. Jetta got to score 20 goals this season. He's at 10 currently, and Dennis.
No,
Dennis?
David. No, David.
Dennis?
No.
Dennis is a good show, David. Dennis is a
Alright.
good show.
Well on.
Originally, I had Dennis in my squad, but
Yo.
me talk about after. But Dennis is a good show.
I think I one player David Carr one of the my team. No, two. Ramsdale, Tomiyasu, Diaz, Rudiger, Cancelo, Rice, Bernardo, Gallagher, Salah, Dennis, and Jota.
Nah, man. Boy, I must say the disrespect thing really, no, man.
Bro, Ronaldo now make this, bro. I'm guarantee you Greg now Ronaldo in 19.
This is not on past performance, you know. This is actually this season.
All right, my squad. Well, I don't name on a squad already. All right, so we did have problems at right back. We did even have Tomiyasu in there, but when we think about it here, no argument for you. Yes, Trent really a helping team, even though he not defend as much, but why am I bringing to him team? Both him and Reece James, more have to think about one after them too.
And I don't mean to interrupt you, but you can't sorry, Greg. I don't mean to interrupt, but you can't convince Ricky of that way of thinking. But continue.
It's okay. Like me say, Tomiyasu did have in my team, and if you catch me another day, I probably change it to Tomiyasu. You know, because out of all of the defensively, right back them, him and Reese, me see like neutralize other attackers the best. When it comes to other skill attackers, where go up against them, him and Reese just neutralize everybody who they go up against. You see me? But anyways, I me put as my starter. Oh, Mendy as my goalkeeper. Trent as right back. Diaz and Rudiger as centre back. Cancelo as left back. Now in my midfield is where
Who is your centre back? Rudiger and who?
Rudiger and Diaz.
Okay, continue.
Ruben Diaz, City.
Okay.
City centre back. In my midfield is where I go turn some brains because enough people go disagree with one of the midfielder. Okay, so I have Rice and Bernardo Silva. But my next midfielder is Mason Mount. And if you look at Mason Mount performances and his numbers, he has warranted that. I mean, even when, all right, the coach bent him at one point in the season and they were struggling. And from him bringing him back, I mean, they weren't getting goals prior to that, and him come back in the team and he starts score, and Chelsea start back to win some games. So I have to put Mason Mount in that midfield. I mean, him bring a whole heap to that midfield. Scoring, he tackles, he assists, he bring everything. So I have to have Mason Mount in that midfield. I don't notice that brother have Jorginho over Mason Mount. I don't get that. Jorginho have some goals, but a penalties them. I think he have about 7 penalties, six penalties.
Mason Mount
Mason Mount have to make that side over Jorginho. Up front, Salah on the right, Jota on the left, and Mikel Antonio on a striker. Antonio has been consistent right through the season.
No, Greg, no,
he hasn't been consistent.
No,
Go ahead. That's your
That's
pick.
time I have to take him out of my fantasy team.
No.
5 or 6 games without 5 or 6 games without scoring.
Right, well on there, brother. Well on there.
Yeah, but even when he wasn't scoring, he was assisting too.
No,
Not
He
much.
missed it.
Not much.
like me say, me have him in my fantasy team and me have to get rid.
So you have Dennis over Antonio when Antonio starts
Yeah,
and you
but-
work
All right, hold on,
Antonio have more goals and assists than him.
No,
Antonio played
Antonio start off the season well, but then him slow right down.
I
Just
was scoring Saturday.
Can I go ahead and make my point for
You
Ronaldo?
better tell me Vardy.
Me have to make. Brother, I can't go ahead and make my point for Ronaldo now because I feel like say in this thing I have a little problem in the man because me and man said Dennis, me and man said Antonio.
Brother, penalty and some look rebound on them sitting man. How you man?
What you may say? I don't care what you want to say. Because at the end of the day right now, Ronaldo again have the least game out of all them players.
JR, factor in this too. Dennis a play for Watford.
But brother, that I like
Factor that too.
Big fish in a small pond.
oh, why for that, brother? That's tomorrow not smart one, brother.
Yeah, you know.
Go ahead.
Alright.
Make a case for
But
Ronaldo.
man, hear me I say. I thought I played the one to mention a while ago, Antonio, we call it brother then, Dennis and Ronaldo. Because I think that's a big difference in other way. Because I think the front two kind of Jota and Salah speak for yourself. I know so Ronaldo obviously has the least games out of all of them. 16. I think him have what 16 games compared to I think Dennis have about 18 or 17 games. So and I think 1 second, I may have it pulled up in hold on.
Dennis is not on penalty now.
Hold
Go
on.
ahead.
So anyway, how much penalty you think Ronaldo scored for the season so far?
I don't know.
In the Prem. That's exactly. So before we start,
Board three.
which three that?
Board three.
Three. Why the man are wicked now?
You have the stats, so tell me.
I'm not pull up the stat. I'm gonna pull up the goals.
Pull it up.
Anyway,
I go pull it up.
we'll look at it right now.
Two penalties.
All right, cool. So we'll look at it right now.
Because Mikel Antonio have none.
Cristiano Ronaldo minutes per
Oh my
goal,
Lord, really?
162 minutes per goal, compared to Dennis is 164, compared to Antonio's 208 minutes per goal. So now Antonio automatically out of this conversation here. So we can
Oh,
we can make a case for Dennis. No, Miguel Antonio have 208 minutes per
Antonio
goal.
automatically out of it.
Greg.
I was alone in
Hold on, answer me, Greg, please.
Well,
JR.
West Ham is spiffing the table, you know. Where man you there?
Yeah, but how much assists Cristiano Ronaldo have compared to Mikel Antonio?
3. I'm Antonio have 5. West Ham is fifth in the table, and the man are the talisman. He's a talisman for his team. He's leading his team.
Yeah, hear me, I say. I understand. Hear me, I say. No matter which guess I'm going to use right now, there's no way possible I put into this now to go team over Cristiano.
Well, that's you.
That's just your personal opinion,
Cristiano
bro.
for 47 goals this calendar year.
Take
I
off the
don't
money
want
you
to hear this. It don't matter what I say. And this season done, Ronaldo gonna have more goals than every single one person gonna mention.
But
I
Man
don't-
United
But-
finish top 5 or
but-
top 6 though.
But Junior, this was halfway point. We're not talking for the full season.
But may I tell you right now, halfway point right now, me feel as if say with Ronaldo play the less game with all them, and me personally feel say with less games, he must score a similar amount of goals as all them. And make me feel comfortable say I'm gonna choose Ronaldo over Dennis or Antonio.
But you notice no one have a problem with anyone 11 starters except you. As Nick 11 was rather interesting.
How?
That's his 11.
Wait, what's wrong with my 11? That's literally the Chelsea starting 11.
No, that's it.
Exactly.
Was interesting. That's all.
This man have Nick bias, brother. Nick is just a
No,
real.
that's
I
not
feel like
Yo, Nick is a true lad, nan father. That we know.
No, but when you look on it, like look on the whole on the team have a Chelsea player night.
But
everybody
there is about 6 or 7 Chelsea players, brother.
Has 2 Chelsea players on their team.
How much Chelsea player have
we
on your
have,
team?
we have 3.
I have 9. But the 9 players need to be on the field. What do you mean?
And a 9, we have an 8.
No,
Wow.
9.
I have one. One.
Who's
I
your
have.
front 3?
Mo Salah, Saka, and Martinelli.
Okay, so you have 8.
Oh,
Are we learning to count?
you're right. Yeah,
Sure.
you're right. 8. But overall, like I feel like the lineup that I have.
I thought about Saka for my team.
Yeah, and I feel like the defense is very strong that I picked. It's very strong.
With
Me have
Chalobah
Chalobah.
right back,
Chalobah play right.
Chalobah.
right back.
And Thiago over the other centre back. I mean, when Thiago plays, he plays well, but he hasn't played consistently, so that's why I couldn't pick him.
Chelsea's at his best when Thiago played. That's all I'm making.
Thiago is literally, if
Yeah,
not,
but he's not always there, JR.
yeah, but Thiago is basically one of the best centre back in EPL right now.
Let me tell you, honestly, when Thiago gonna play, them don't look the same.
Thiago literally keep the peace in the defense because if it wasn't for Thiago, Rudiger would be doing a lot of crazy stuff.
Oh, you do it all with Thiago with them. I don't know making
Yeah,
Thiago.
but
Rudiger does Rudiger's things,
Yeah, but
bro.
Thiago is still a safety net for Rudiger. Thiago is still a safety net for Rudiger.
That challenge against Lamptey last week was rather interesting.
No, clean tackle. Clean.
Clean tackle.
Clean
Yeah, man.
tackle.
Greg would answer that in the day because I know Greg tackle already.
He would have want JR catch him there, so. This is something.
But
All right, Pujo. I mean, it's a Nika defender too, so. But 5 defender there on the left tonight.
No, man. Nick a midfielder, man.
Oh, Nika midfield.
You know, ever since in the Champions League final, the obviously Chelsea won that and they play exceptionally well. But Rudiger blindsided, and maybe that's a strong word, De Bruyne. That play was not necessary. If you remember that play, Nick.
No, Rudy,
Yeah, but
Rudy
we need
does
that
not
player.
make a necessary tackle, David.
no, but that play was all right. Kevin De Bruyne going into it was the key man for Man City, wrong and right? And probably Man City deadliest.
Whoa, so you're justified.
I mean,
Oh,
yeah,
Nick.
I mean, yeah, the way him could have lost his eye because him broke him eye socket, if I'm not mistaken, right?
My Lord.
And I just think ever since that challenge, Kevin De Bruyne haven't been the same. But we need players like Rudiger to get the job done, and he got the job done.
I think the best player on that team was Reece James, because for Reece James to neutralize Sterling all by himself, that was a wonderful performance.
Yo,
Because normally Sterling required 2 defenders.
And all well. There's some. I think physical defenders get the better of him. We see with Reece James, we see with Wan-Bissaka, and now we see with Tomiyasu. Those physical kind of fullbacks tend to keep Sterling in check.
But you also have to have the pace to keep up with Sterling.
Well, then PSA and physical.
Right, correct, yes.
Yeah.
Like a right back like Trent Arnold, Sterling is gonna have a field day with him.
Oh yeah. When Sterling see him, Sterling said,
Sterling smile.
"They're chicken oxtail
Well,
gravy."
well, normally Liverpool will send help. They
Yes,
wouldn't
before-
just have
before-
him out there by himself.
Before we wrap up this thing here, we have one more thing I want to like for us to talk about.
Ronaldo again.
No, most disappointing player so far this season. That's not be a good one.
Oh yeah. Somebody did mention that.
That's not be a good,
Sancho.
Most disappointed player,
disappointing player so far.
Bruno.
Grealish and Sancho. Grealish and
Bruno.
Sancho.
Bruno too.
And Bruno. It's so much.
Those are some good shouts.
And Bruno started in the Euros.
Yeah, and it's mostly Man U players, to be honest. Okay? we shouldn't even discuss it. Like, it's
No,
mostly
man.
Man U
No,
players.
it's still a good. It's still a good.
But who is your most disappointed player, JR?
Sancho.
No, but he hasn't been given much play time.
When they give Ronaldo in play time,
He was the first to be sub, even when he was playing well under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
No man, but honestly, Sancho, for the amount of money we buy him for, and them something there, you have to get. Him have to get.
You know. I think Rashford has been more disappointing than Sancho.
Hey,
If
voila.
you think about it honestly, Rashford has been more disappointing than Sancho.
Voila. Chelsea that escape this. Kai.
the man
Kai-
just
Kai
come back
Havertz.
from COVID. The man almost dead. We are talking about Kai. The man almost dead. We
What do you
want
mean?
him to do.
Who is that?
Kai Havertz.
Kai Havertz.
Him literally just come back after COVID. He almost died,
Bro,
would you?
before COVID,
Oh,
he did
please.
garbage.
All right, so one for an excuse.
Oh, well, I'm not really count him. I really don't count. Timo Werner.
No. Timo.
You know, going back to Lukaku going to Chelsea, I think one of the reasons he decided to make that move, even though he was doing good in Italy, is because Chelsea had just won the Champions League, and I think that was one of the reasons why he decided to go back.
He has been disappointing as well, you know. Lukaku.
But he was coming off injury.
COVID too.
He's not the worst. I can say that.
No,
He's
no.
not the worst.
Literally, I can name 5 Man U players right now that have been playing that like this
Yeah,
season.
man. Mudan say Sancho. Mudan say Kaya's Buju say. And Mudan definitely say Bruno Fernandes and Rashford. That are my 4.
Yes.
So you left out Maguire.
No, Maguire has
just
been.
put there.
Hold on. Let me answer
And
this
you
one.
mentioned Fred earlier. Oh, am I forgetting?
Wait a minute.
Mr. 5.
Maguire.
Next
Wait a
one.
minute. Maguire have been consistently bad.
And Varane too. Varane haven't been playing any ball.
Varane-
Man U lineup.
Varane injured most of the season. Dog. In time play him look good, but in time he get injured.
I watched a Wolves game today. Awful.
But you have to remember say this time first game and a half, but no. And I'm out for about 2 months before that. So it take a while, brother. But
Hey,
before we get
I
injured,
will not talk, before the last 3 games, Hurricane, we're in that conversation.
yeah, man.
If it wasn't for the last 3 games, Hurricane would be top of that list in about.
Top. Number 1. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I think the person on the top should be Jack Grealish. What have
But
Grealish
start of the
done?
season, Grealish was getting some assists and stuff.
Him do decent at first part of the season, then get injured
Yeah.
and then come back and score but last week.
He
Or week.
came in
how many-
right through the season.
How many assists did he have this season so far?
I can tell you right now. Jack Grealish
Probably
stats.
about
I
3.
don't. I don't think he have more than 2 assists this season,
Probably 3.
right? And this is 100 million per player. 100 million
Well,
MPA fee.
Well, you can stress on that one.
Hey Nick, don't
Then I
blame
want
a
them
player for
PFI.
how much the market evaluate them. It's not their fault. I mean, Man U play 85 for Mark Maguire, so it's not the player fault.
Right now, Mr. Right now, the man could have pick up where brother him from Jamaica again. Man can pick up low and buy a low for 800,000 instead
Brother.
of man of 80 million.
Brother, Maguire better than Low, brother. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. Maguire better than Low, brother. Damian Low above.
Right. A 2 assist Grealish have.
Right now,
100 million fee, right?
Grealish have.
Right now, as bad as Mariappa is right now, Mariappa might better than Maguire.
Oh, Mariappa are more better, definitely better than him.
You know, Junior, I had
What
brought
about
this up
Pino?
on Junior. I had brought this up on the blog recently, and I'm saying maybe Maguire is not good enough to be on Manchester United. Have anyone thought about that? But due to the fact that he was brought in there on such a big transfer fee, it's like they're forcing him to be.
Let me tell you something about Maguire. Maguire, with all honesty and all joke aside, Maguire is a decent defender. If you watch Maguire and Maguire play for England, he's always decent for England. You never see him go in an England shirt and play really too bad. Never.
But I'm talking for Manchester United, Joe.
Let me tell you, see the problem with Maguire is that Manchester is a club who put a lot of pressure upon you. It's one of the hardest clubs to play for in the world. It's not even up for debate because if you look right now, if a Chelsea player play bad, it's not that bad. If you go up on the media, England media kill every United player. Look which players they in the media most of the team them. Almost every Man United legend they in the media. United is by far the biggest club of England. And the thing is that Maguire, when I feel like add to Maguire workload as well, they make him the captain. And I feel like they take out the captain's frame so he can focus on him football.
Who was the captain prior?
Who?
Bojo.
Who was the captain for Manchester United prior to?
Listen, I don't know. United about 10 captain in about 2 years. That me I try to tell you.
Okay. All right.
Then we take out the captaincy from him first. I make we
Was
stay.
Matic ever the captain?
Who?
Matic.
No, man. Matic
I'm trying to
never.
remember who was the captain.
Before Maguire. I don't know. Remember, because none of them worked a penny. But honestly, Maguire, the first thing you need to do for Maguire, David, is to take away the captaincy from him so he can just focus on him football. After that, brother, and the price tag are dragging down as well. So right now, the first thing you can do, you can't take away the price tag, you can't take away nothing else. First thing you can do is take away the captaincy. You can't be a captain and be one of the worst players on the field.
It just means that Manchester United make a lot of unnecessary purchases. That's all it comes back.
Right now, if me for start, if for United right now, if I start, you know, so if me I start a centre back period, it wouldn't be Bailly and Varane. Maguire wouldn't even see me starting.
And that's the first time you talk something that makes sense. You're talking about taking away his captaincy. No, that's not going to work. If he don't perform well, he should not be in the starting lineup. And only then he will get it that, okay, in order for me to remain in the starting lineup, I have to perform better than I have been performing, period.
No, man, but better, the captaincy need to go. Maguire is not a leader, brother. If you watch how Maguire even do him interview them, if you ever listen to Maguire interview, him deflect and even blame all the one teammate them when I interview them. When do. You can't be a captain under that. Me's a leader in the real life, and I can never sit down and blame other people every time. Every time Maguire do well in this Maguire give away all a goal, and I interview him after the game and say, well, the team, he might never look at and say, honestly, it's my mistake. Never. He might blame everybody else except him. You can't be a leader and be like that.
No, I agree with you on that point.
Yeah. So it's just not my type. Me used to people like Roy Keane, them type of leader there. Yeah, you need leaders, brother. And him is not one of those. You know, you can't be a leader and a worst player on the field. Messi man will take Maguire and turn him inside out and flip him upside down and then something. You can't.
Yeah?
If Maguire want to be a captain,
Bojo, this is where
Yo, you see what I'm talking about?
to be a captain.
You ask that question, David. You imagine you're there at work and your boss is the worst performing person at your job. And you make a mistake and your job will come your boss will come to you and tell us, David, you're messing up. You cannot take that with no credibility, none at all.
No, I agree with you that if you are the leader, you got to take responsibility.
Yo, I'm on.
All right, guys. Yeah, gotta go.
All right, brother.
I'm going to run off my life, so.
Greg have a little girl talk.
Seems like it.
But yeah, Bojo. Respect.
Yeah, man, big up on yourself, man, and you don't know.
All right.
All right, Maji. Bless up.